Time's up, Hadron.
Here it comes.
Fade in.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself. But go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
What's the matter? Take yourself a great big bite of meat. Taste the pleasure of the highest quality pork around.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
Do a little Mr. Miyagi. No, I'm doing the Karate Kid focus in and out right here. This is like me breaking blocks of ice. Okay.
Oh, these two girls when you kiss, they're gonna be hot. Oh, yo, Elizabeth Hurley's gonna get butt naked in this.
I dangled for too long there. That wasn't fun.
But I'm so apathetic to Star Wars that this episode could have featured Yoda riding on a dildo being wielded by R2-D2, and I would have the same reaction.
Yo, you let that joint hit the back of your throat. Have you no shame?
Well, we're talking about people who have serious sexual orientation and gender identity problems. And I'm not talking, and when I say sexual orientation, I don't mean, a dude who likes a dude and a chick who likes a chick. We're talking about people who think that they're non-binary and they don't know how to play with their holes and shit like that.
Oh,
so, Jesus
Christ. Like, I want to dive into her deep pool and swim around in her labia.
I'm still jerking off in front of my console.
Oh, yeah, is that sauce good? Oh, that sauce is good.
You got to watch it. You got to hit the like button.
We've got to get it up for him, guys. Come on. Everyone who's watching this
Don't
video
say it like
to
that.
go over
Don't
there,
say it like that.
And share the video. We got to keep going.
Don't they have to get it up for me? Don't say it like that. God damn it.
Oh, you will taste and see that I am delicioso.
But it was a space battle. It's a visually impressive object all over it.
Great Scott. I'm retarded.
It has shown us one thing. The fake fans, the stands, they show up. They showed up for all of these. But they're not an audience.
Nope.
They're a bunch of weirdos hanging out in a parking lot watching each other do weird shit.
Oh, God.
I don't know where I come up with these. They just happen.
Are you out there watching them watch them?
I can hear them from where I am. That's the
a lot of squelching.
Yeah. Listen, at least I don't have to clean it up. That's good.
I'm colored. Shut up.
I'm not gonna try and win hearts and minds, pretend I'm something I'm not. Like a video game. No, it's bullshit. Not real. But we don't want Revan touched. No.
Agreed.
You don't want anything good touched.
No.
Agreed.
Yeah. Because Disney Star Wars is a bad touch.
It is a bad touch.
Touches you in the bad place.
It's a bad touch.
Show me on the doll where Disney Star Wars touched you.
I need a bigger doll.
Oh, God.
There's no doll left.
Howdy all! I am Adam the Renaissance Nerd, and it is May the 4th. So let me wish each and every one of you, May the 4th be with you, because you know what? Disney Star Wars has proven that it will carry on the mantle, the glory, the legacy of George Lucas Star Wars. They have brought Ahsoka into the limelight. Rey will make a new Jedi Order where she will train Grogu to be the greatest of all Jedi once he's done with his time with Mando, once they've had their adventures. And we know and feel this because on May the 4th, which is Star Wars Day, it represents everything that is great about Disney Star Wars, which is just everything Dave Filoni does. Tony Gilroy has made Andor some of the best Star Wars television ever, okay? And I can say that because I am a real Star Wars fan. I love everything. I watch everything. I write great reviews. I hit that like button all the time. I make sure that everybody who stands up for the glory of Kathleen Kennedy, who protects her, who shields her from the internet trolls, who take their time every day to try and shit on all the great work she's done with Dave Filoni and our friend Jon Favreau, okay? We have to remember everything they have done Everything they have worked hard to make better than what George did. Do you understand? They have made it better than George Lucas. The Rise of Skywalker took Star Wars to heights we have never seen before. And now we're getting the Mandoverse. They are so good, they have the ability to remake Heir to the Empire. That's how good this will be. So you guys have to understand, on this actual real Star Wars day, May the 4th, we must realize, we must have our moment that Disney Star Wars keeps on winning, and it'll keep winning into the future. I cannot wait 10 years from now to celebrate the sequel trilogy like we've celebrated Revenge of the Sith this past week. So thank you, one and all. May the 4th be with you.
What? What? What?
And these tool bags wouldn't know quality if it walked up and motorboated them. Because, you're going to motorboat quality.
Wait, what?
Quality boobs. You want to motorboat quality boobs.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
The confusion on Dre's face during that, I'm sure you have questions. You will get your answers. You missed something. You missed something.
Clearly.
Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome back to the round table where weird and wondrous things happen every week. We give you our takes in our own special way, and I am forced to say and do things against my will for monetary gain. Jed
said otherwise he's a whore.
No, I will not debase myself. I will not cause myself physical harm.
Every whore has their limits.
Yeah, no, damn it. Anyway,
Pimp Dre would know.
Indeed he would, good sir. Indeed he would.
Anyway, we hope you're having a good Saturday as you join us. Let's say hi, and then we have to let Dre know what he missed.
Clearly.
We got to catch you up, and we have to do some updates. Jed, you're enjoying this whole thing, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Watching you suffer is always a great pleasure of mine. It's been a wild week with pleasure and horror between Shutigawa, watching The Matrix, watching you suffer. And I actually just found out I'm going to go see Epic Universe, Universal's new Epic Universe park this Thursday. Just got my preview tickets for that. So we'll see how good it is. I'm looking forward to it.
You can tell us about it next weekend.
Yeah.
Give us your perspective. Other than that, let's see. Do I want to try and get your opinion on anything else? No, I don't care anymore. Dragon Lady, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Well, as I was saying before I came on, well, my offer that I sent you through the PM still stands, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
The fan picture thing. If you're interested, just say I can do it.
No, this has nothing to do with you. It's all about my suffering. Don't worry about it.
All right. I thought I'd help with the suffering. That was all.
No. Don't worry. This is not your cross to bear. This is mine.
I put the cross on him, though. You can help me put it on. You can't lift it off.
Yeah.
Those are the rules.
And welcome back, Dre. How are you?
I am doing quite well this week. As your soliloquy was in the beginning, last Sunday, of course, was May the 4th, the pagan version of Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
And so every year, a good friend of mine who I've been molding into the proper ways of Star Wars, she holds a Star Wars weekend every Saturday of May the 4th weekend and stuff like that. And of course, I was invited. I came, and it was great. Had a great time. And as usual, we do trivia, and I am now the 3-time reigning champion. Now this year, I have won Anakin Skywalker in Naboo.
Nice.
Limited edition pop. I did not buy it.
Well, that's a Funko Pop?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize I was a Funko Pop.
Yeah, you can see the big
there it is.
head.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's a gift or a prize. Yep, you're good. You're in the clear.
So I did not buy it, but because of my brilliance, I have won it. But it was a good weekend, And now I finally have somebody to pass on some of my Star Wars books to. So it's going to be really, really cool. I'm going to give her some of the graphic novels that I have. So it's been a good week. This has been a good week. Real Star Wars is prevailing.
Oh,
so it's a good week.
If you fight for it, and
that's correct.
That's one of our topics this week.
It's up to us to do so.
Despite my saying I wouldn't, I did dip my toe into Andor discussion, and I've paid for it dearly. I have been assailed by stands all week since I dropped a video that I thought would go the opposite way. But we're going to get into that. First of all, hail and hi to the chat. How are you all doing? Hail Legatus and Rubenax, my mods, here to keep the peace, do the right thing. Let's see who else here. Hail Dom H. Hail Dom, how are you? Who is part of the lore of why I am the Atom now. I am the Atom. Like the one, I am the Atom. I live on a tower.
The original, you might say.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm old. I live in a tower and I stare and I look down upon you all. And you must be happy knowing that. Hail Frank, how are you? Good afternoon, Kale. I saw who else? Hail Static. Hail Son of Joxer. Hello, my friend. And Ariel, of course, who was part of the lore of why I am the Atom now. If you want to understand that, go watch Jed and I discussing the Matrix yesterday. It was a really good discussion. We enjoyed ourselves. And anybody else who was watching, not chatting, we're happy to have you here. And now, Ray, things happened. Was May the 4th, okay? It's May the 4th, and I'm hearing an echo. Who's got an echo? Somebody's got an echo.
Dragon Lady muted herself and it went away. So
okay. So it was May the 4th, and long story short, I needed to generate funds, and I just had an idea. I had a small idea last week. I said, okay, here's some chat goals for you: a $50 and $100 super chat goal. $50.
You're missing on why you decided to do that, to get back at us for torturing you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. So I woke up and everybody I knew, all my friends, except you, Dre, because you're still my good friend. You wouldn't do this. They all posted videos saying I'm the happy May the 4th and how much I love it. Everybody in this chat, most people in this chat right now, a lot of people, Static, Gal, Dermy, Devil, Sam, Jed.
Mm-hmm.
And Rachel joined
it's
in on that too.
It's your fault for leaving your Star Wars shirt at my house.
I didn't leave. That is not my shirt. It's not my shirt.
Dre, he has this ratty old BB-8 shirt that he left at my house after my wedding.
Fit me. That's not. It wouldn't even fit me.
Oh,
not mine. It's not mine.
It's ratty. There are holes in it.
Not mine.
It's a BB-8 shirt. His favorite character.
So I decided to grift off of that, and I said a simple. Fit and Bug too. Bug got me too. Yes, that is right. Bug got me too. So I said, okay, $50, and I have to do a quick little clip of how much saying Happy May the 4th genuinely, and then 100. I will then do the thing that you saw in the opening, and we hit that. But then this man right here says, hey guys, if we cross $500 in super chats. Why don't we make a day of it and have Adam come back down to Florida and we'll go to Galaxy's Edge and he'll have to dress up like a shill and pretend to be a fan. Well, Dre, what do you think happened?
You got the 500?
We blew past it.
Oh my stars!
And there have been tiers that have been crossed, and from this we also started. We might be aware of this. He's busy man. I do a daily show at 1 p.m. now every week. I have a new show, new stream, daily show, 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Called The Daily Dive, the Double D's.
Yes, I saw the thumbnail.
Yes, it's glorious.
Yes.
And part of that now rolled into this. So there are tiers, and we have crossed them. So the $500, there was just that. Well, then we said, okay, well, why don't we just say at $700? And I said, oh, gee, Mandalorian Grogu's out that week. Why don't we go see it? In the Disney theater, and we did that, and I have to go. We're gonna go watch it now, and I have to sit with like a Baby Yoda Grogu in my lap the entire movie as we watch it, while wearing the Disney paraphernalia.
No,
it gets worse.
It gets worse. Then at $800, I said, okay, if we cross $800, I have to write a positive review of the movie with no sarcasm, no hidden negativity, no subterfuge, nothing. Well, we crossed $800 during the week. With the caveat, a few days later, I get to release my real review. So there is that. But so I have to do that now. And then I got clever.
You should have done this.
And I said at $900, I said, this is a meetup and everybody's going to be gathering. Now, remember, I have to be in character as long as I'm being recorded the whole day. That means
he has to genuinely act like he loves Disney Star Wars. Like if we're recording him and Ray, the actress, walks up, it's like, hey, how you guys doing? And he's got to go, oh.
That's later. That's like, so.
Well, I just mean generally,
we're all going to be streaming.
Act like you love it. Mm-hmm.
There's going to be multiple streams and videos being recorded. So I can't, as long as I'm on camera, I can look miserable like this and be dead inside behind my eyes, but I have to be positive in everyththing I say. I cannot shit on Disney Star Wars the entire day while we're there at Galaxy's Edge, robed in Disney Star Wars merch that everybody's going to buy and make me wear. He's going to put BB-8 mouse ears on me. Okay?
Oh my! Oh
and
no!
Sam's going to be carrying around a Grogu the whole time.
Sam says I have to wear a fanny pack. So it's gonna be horrible. My day of doom, we're calling it. All right, so so now at $900, if he is there, and if he's not there, it's pushed off to another meetup. Dermy and I have to hold hands for 30 minutes.
What's happening? Why are you doing this to yourself?
Pretend to be besties for resties while both being shills. And then I added a caveat during the week while we're live streaming it on his channel and my channel for that 30 minutes. Super chats can tell us what to say and what to do within limits. There will be no gay shit, but within limits. No. We're not allowed to do that. We are not going. It's bad enough we're holding hands. Okay, it's bad enough. So then it doesn't end here. Jed's favorite. Jed, what is your favorite at the $1,000 mark?
Well, the $1,000 mark, which we are only $24 away from achieving, chat, and this is still going. These tiers are still going through the real Star Wars Day at the end of the month. At $1,000, he's going to have to use chat prompts to write a Disney Star Wars fan fiction short story that he will then dramatically read with appropriate clips and make like a audiobook video of it.
Yeah, and I can't be like sarcastic. It has to be.
Yeah, it's not sarcastic. He has to try to genuinely make good fan fiction, and the chat will be able to tell him on a stream. No porn. The chat will be able to tell him, "Hey, do it in the High Republic era. Hey, have this character show up." Like little prompts from the chat, but he still has to write Disney fanfic
on the 25th on actual Star Wars Day on this show. If we hit $1,000. The chat will then prompt me to do this. I have to do what they tell me.
We're only $24 away from making him write fan fiction, chat.
And remember, guys, as the ticker is rolling now, remember, it's super chats or stream elements or memberships. Either way, that's how we get there. So,
everybody wants to see this man humiliate himself on a scale that his children's children will discuss.
And you understand this then. This is going to go down on my lore forever. I cannot escape this. And as you see, it doesn't stop there. Thanks to our good friend Bradley Burnett, Duke Devil, we now have the tier of at $1,250. We're going to go build a shitty lightsaber at Savvy's workshop at Galaxy's Edge. The shittiest looking one we can make. And then if we had $1,300, the chat gets to choose the color. And then because it costs that much, at $1,400, another $100, we build a shitty droid at the droid workshop. They're going to make me build a BB-8. And here's the thing: when those are built, the saber and the droid, I can't destroy them. When I get a new, better studio, better look, they have to live behind me in perpetuity. I can't destroy them. That. They have to stay there. I can't get rid of them. And then at what's the next one? I think it's $1,450. The chat gets to choose a Disney Star Wars character that I have to then do another clip of how much I love them and how great they are and how much they mean to Star Wars.
With them, like walking up to them dressed up.
No, that's the next one. No, I have to like.
That's for the picture.
No, the picture's the next one. The last one that Gal came up with.
But you have to walk up to someone dressed up as the character. That was part of the.
Is that it? Oh, is that it? All right, fine.
Yeah, you have to do this speech to the character at Galaxy's Edge. So, like, if they say Ray's your the Star Wars character, you have to find someone dressed up as Ray and go, "Oh my God, I can't tell you how impactful you were to Star Wars. To have a female protagonist in Star Wars was just it meant so much to me." Like that, got to do the whole thing.
I didn't quite comprehend it. I guess okay, all right.
Have mercy, bro.
And then coming out of that, Gal's final contribution to this. At $1,500, I have to take a picture with Kylo Ren and Rey and look happy. I have to actually look happy.
And then we're gonna post it with a hashtag Raylo.
Oh my! You can't do this. You can't do this. you have to stop. So Jed is right. You are a full-blown prostitute. Now, usually I would applaud such prostitution. Absolutely, 110%. But Adam, for God's sake, this is going to live on when we're long dead. My son is going to see this one day. And
listen, when we're done on the stream, I will explain to you what spurred all this. I will let you know what did all this.
Dre, you got to come with us. You can't miss out on this Day of Doom.
It's a year from now. Real Star Wars Day. May 26th. Monday, May 26th, Memorial Day. We're planning. It's a meetup, and here's the thing: because of that, and because we're doing this with the new show and all this stuff, we're trying to get the channel to a point where it becomes a steady stream of income, so I can actually move to Florida. We don't want this to be a day trip. We're trying to get me to move to Florida now in the next year. It is the real thing. We're trying to get the channel to the point where it is where it should be, and my channel should be there. So we're trying to get there. So this is real because there are a lot of reasons why I need to move. Because Jed, we did the research for where we'd want to live in the county we were talking about, where everything is there. It would automatically, right away, $600 less in rent for an apartment double this size that I'm in right now.
Yeah, it's definitely
$600 less.
Anything's cheaper than
we're trading right now. Yeah, he knows. Dre knows.
Yeah.
So guys, remember, hit that like button. Let's keep it going. Let's keep my ping going. So, like Jed said, for another $26 super chat, Stream Elements tip, or equal that in memberships, the fan fiction in 2 weeks will happen. So on the 25th, that means you guys would give the ideas, and that week I would crank it out. But that's the aside. And remember, and also all super chats, Stream Elements tips, and memberships for this stream, gaming streams, Daily Dive, and for Mellow Mondays all go to this right now. The only one excluded is Drive-In, because that's kind of a separate entity from the insane shit that we do. But every other stream, while we're running a tier like this, a tier donation, something like this, all contributions go to my Day of Doom a year from now. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, but we have an actual show for you guys. We do have an actual show, and it does involve some Disney Star Wars. So here's the deal. We're going to go over box office. We're going to check in on good old Thunderbolts. How's that doing? And then there's the surprise re-release of Snow White this week for Mother's Day. Yeah.
Yeah, they're celebrating Mother's Day with Snow White, Dre.
Yeah.
The evil stepmother's the only real mother in it, besides 2 seconds at the beginning.
What do you mean re-release? They put it back in theaters?
They put it back in theaters this weekend, yes. And we have box office numbers, and they're...
Hey, yo, what are we doing?
Yeah. All right. Then I am going to do my last commentary on Andor until all the ratings are out and they prove how nobody's watching it, even though we do have some evidence already nobody's watching it. We'll do this, and I want everybody's thoughts on what I stepped into and the reactions, because Jed has seen some of this and he can attest to the fact it's nuts. And then our other main discussion topic will be gaming. If we put this one off because I wanted Dre here for it. GTA 6 got announced last week. GTA 6. Push back. Well, the announcement is push back, but then a bunch of other stuff around it. And then there's a bunch of ancillary, tertiary video game discussions going on around it that I think are quite interesting, from Nintendo to the Oblivion remaster shit to then even the firings, more firings from E172. So we're going to talk about something, and then we're going to talk about what does it say about interesting, especially the commentary from some people concerning what is the gaming industry. So there's that. But before that, then let's do a couple quick little side stories that did come up. They didn't make me read these articles on the Daily Dive, so I want your takes on these two right here. We got it announced. I think it was it Wednesday or Thursday? I don't remember. That's just right here. The 8th. What was the 8th? Was that Thursday? That was Thursday, right? Anyway. They've announced that the Hunt for Gollum will release in 2027. Bad idea, man. This movie shouldn't be happening.
Yeah,
at
they
all.
keep delaying it, and they did confirm that it takes place in between Bilbo's birthday and the Nazgul showing up in
Which is a
the
lot
Shire.
of years, as we've discussed in the
Mhm.
past. It's
It's
not just like a
19
week.
years. I
Yeah, it's a
think.
lot of years that goes on there. It's not just boom, it happened. That's a lot of time. That's when we discussed it on driving that one time for Fellowship. That was a failing of the movie. It failed to address how many years passed between the birthday and Gandalf coming back to the Shire to get the ring from Frodo. So I think this is a bad idea. This movie in general. Andy Serkis is a good director and a good actor, but this is squeezing blood from the stone.
Well, Andy's good as a second unit director. He's good
Okay.
at the cinematography side of things. Like he helped film a lot of The Hobbit. He was the second unit director for a lot of the Hobbit films. Did a great job with that. But the movies that I've at least seen where he is the sole director, the man in charge, they haven't been great. I mean, the biggest example of it was Venom 2: Let There Be Carnage.
Ooh.
Not a
Yeah.
great movie. I mean, the cinematography was good. I just don't know if he cares about the writing or is involved in that or had any say over that, but he's good at the technical side. He's nowhere near as bad as Zack Snyder with the distinction between the technical side and the creative side, but he is kind of in that same vein where he's good at a specific part of the directing process.
And that so I wish this wasn't happening because I think this will diminish the Lord of the Rings trilogy just a bit, because this is going to have the same people in it. Sir Ian's coming back. Andy Serkis can be in it. I mean, they're trying to put the band back together a little bit for this. I just think it's not smart. It hurts the legacy.
It's very easy to divorce Rings of Power, for example, from the movies because they've got nobody in common, no creatives, no actors. But this is, like you said, the band's back together, so this is them destroying their own legacy more than likely.
I mean, Jay Fraser, even if Peter Jackson helps, I just think this is like a literal blip in the narrative of the Lord of the Rings.
They have to make up a ton of it because there's not a whole lot of information of what happened. We basically know Gandalf and Aragorn teamed up to look for Gollum. That's most of what we know of what happened. So they're making the whole thing up. This would be the first time Peter Jackson really has zero source material to draw from in Middle-earth.
I think this is going to be a disaster. I think people are going to go see it, but I just have a feeling it's not going to end up well.
No, it'll do better than War of the Rohirrim, but still not great.
I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be necessarily bad. I just think it's a useless endeavor.
Yeah.
I mean, take the time, make a movie about the First Age or something, man. People would line up around the corner for that shit.
Jeremy Irons as Morgoth has been thrown around.
Ooh, don't tease him with
Wait,
the time.
he'd be good.
And then there was this one that literally came out at the same time, and it isn't a complete true headline here, but they say Matt Reeves, he was never officially attached to direct it anyway, but the Batman 2, this thing is in development hell because James Gunn doesn't care. And I never saw the first one because I didn't care, but you guys have seen it, right?
Yeah, it's okay. Its third act is a mess, but there are definitely things to like about it. Definitely better than the Snyderverse. The Snyderverse, actually, the actual Snyder movies in the Snyderverse.
Yeah. But I mean, this is just more evidence to me that the DCU is it's an incoherent mess because you really shouldn't even be even though they had to put this out because it was already done when James Gunn took over. He couldn't just get rid of it like he did Batgirl. This had to happen. And he didn't want it to happen because it's messing with whatever he's trying to do. Because they still don't have a DCU Batman. And that's a problem. And they can't have another Batman movie come out because we know the difference. Normies don't. If Superman comes out in 2 months and then next year the Batman Part 2 comes out, people who are not in the know will say, "Oh, he's the DCU Batman." Because if we just had a Superman movie, and it's all this, they're going to make that connection. So it's a mess. So I kind of think that in the end they're gonna not make this happen. I don't think this movie's ever going to happen. Do you guys think it's going to happen?
Yeah, I think they're going to delay it until it's not that relevant and people don't care about it anymore, and then quietly cancel it. Kind of what Marvel's doing with the Blade movie, I see is what they're doing. But James Gunn is fully willing to cross over things from previous iterations of the DCU if it's his own projects. I don't know if you guys know about the Peacemaker stuff that's going on. There's a shot apparently in the trailer. I've just seen the shot, not the full trailer, of a redesigned Peacemaker going to kill the DCEU version of Peacemaker, and he's continuing on his Peacemaker because he made that and he likes his own work. But I think this movie should still be made. I know it'll confuse some normies, but there's enough investment in the Batman that I want the fans of the Batman to get what they want. But at this point, it's gonna quietly disappear when people stop talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, Jay Fraser was the point that go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. James Gunn has no idea what he's doing. And we said this a couple of years ago now when we first brought up the movie TV show map. When we first discussed that.
Which it doesn't look like anything. That thing has been redone now. Half the stuff that's on there is off.
It's like this joint was dead before it even got started. And now the only thing that was actually any good, and I use the term very loosely, is Matt Reeves' Batman. Because that's the only thing that was actually enjoyable over the last 10 years that DC's ever produced. And now this joint's in production hell. It's over. Like, Superman's going to come out, and only God knows how it's going to do in the box office because there's so many. It looks okay. It looks like trash. It looks okay. It looks like trash. It's gone back and forth for the last 6 months or so. Who knows? It's time to just let all this stuff die, let it disappear. And that's what they're going to do with this. Like, I was actually looking forward to the sequel. I actually wanted to see more of Matt Reeves' Batman story. I enjoyed the Batman. It's not perfect by any means, but I enjoyed that film for what it was. And that third act was an absolute disaster. But I wanted to see more from this. But I see the handwriting on the wall, so it's not even a big deal.
Yeah, and Jay Fraser points out that according to Gary, Matt Reeves is having some personal issues right now, which is added to it. I think that aside, they'll take any excuse to shelve this thing and not make it happen. Just because James Gunn doesn't want to competing with whatever the hell he's putting together. Because we are literally now 2 months from Superman. 2 months away from today. I believe it's May. I believe it's July 11th. July 11th, July 14th coming out. So
that'll probably be a disaster.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be. I mean, did you see they put Nathan Fillion, Guy Gardner, and chick who got finger banged by Bella Downsy on Last of Us as her Hawk Girl in the trailer for Peacemaker? They were in there. They were part of that trailer.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't hear about that, Dre? Bella Downsy fingered Dora the Explorer on HBO.
Jesus Christ!
And like full on, laying on top of her,
dirty fingers, right after a zombie fight, so probably infecting her.
They showed it.
They showed the action. She's on top of her, hand in her pants, going at it.
This is what television is about.
And Bella Downsy at one point is having a conversation with Dora, and Dora's like,
I'll show them the meme.
I'm pregnant. So, yeah, that's a big part of the story is Bella Downsy's girlfriend gets impregnated, and they're lesbians, though.
Okay, wait. Okay. All right. So,
Static, send it to me. I don't have it. Send it to me.
I played the first Last of Us. I enjoyed that game. I did not play the second.
Smart man.
Because of all the controversy, I was one of the ones that walked away from the franchise. Is that something that happens in the second game?
No.
She gets pregnant? Yes.
Well, pregnant, yes, by a dude.
Well, yes, of course, a dude. Yes.
Yeah, the girlfriend getting pregnant is part of the storyline.
Okay, so she gets pregnant in the second one, but she's dating Ellie. Is that how that works?
Yeah, they're dating, and then they got a sperm sample from one of their male friends, and I think it was artificial insemination.
They have art. Okay, never mind. In like the zombie apocalypse, but somehow we still got fertilization going on. Sure. So in the show, the same thing happens.
Essentially, but there's the new line that Adam's trying to find here. I can try to find it.
I found it.
So-
I got it.
You found it?
I got it.
So
I got it.
this
I
is
got
the
it.
line
I
that
got it.
Bella Downsy says when she's told that Dora the
No, I have
Explorer's
the
pregnant.
meme. I have the meme. You find the line. I have the meme. The dirty hands meme.
Oh, the dirty hands meme? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I thought that's what you were looking for.
No. I got the dirty hands meme. You can get the line. Here's the meme for what's going on there. Hang on, let me just put that there. So yeah, this is what's going on in that show right here. Right. This is the meme after what went on with the finger blasting.
Hey yo. Golly. Look at those cuticles. My Lord, Jesus.
That's
She
some dirty.
definitely got gangrene now. Good Lord.
And now Jed's got the clip or the meme for that one. This is the other one.
I have the clip, yeah.
Oh wait,
As well as this.
okay.
I just want to show this screenshot to Dre
It's
real
not
quick.
sharing before press screen. Oh, I have to take mine down. Weird. That won't let me just switch to yours now. I have to take it down. Okay.
So this is just an aside. This is a screenshot from one of the latest episodes because it's fucking funny. But this is the clip of Bella Downsy reacting to hearing that this actress played Dora the Explorer in the live-action Dora movie from a couple years ago. That's why I keep calling her Dora the Explorer. She was also an alien Romulus, but this is right
Nobody
after.
saw that, so that's okay.
Yeah, this is right after Bella's been told that she's pregnant.
Holy shit. I'm gonna be a dad.
Turn this off.
Bella Downsy is going to be a dad.
I'm gonna be a dad. I don't
Why
think that
is
was
that
in the
a sentence?
game.
Who wrote that?
Cuckman.
So, okay. All right. So is she insinuating that she's the man in the relationship?
Yes.
Is that what
Remember,
the thing is?
Bella Downsy says she's non-binary.
Yeah, the
In real
actress
life.
is non-binary.
Oh.
They, them. So
Mental health has got to be a critical thing in this country. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Are these kids being influenced that badly? They just see something like, you know what? I feel like I like eating pancakes. So, but pancakes means that I don't have a vagina anymore. So, I'm a dude today. There's something deeply wrong with this country. The educational system has failed us all. It has failed us all. So this ugly looking white broad is now think she's a dude sometimes. Is that what you're telling me? now?
no, she's non-binary, so she's not a man or a woman.
I don't
Oh,
understand what
kill
any.
me. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. You can't be non-binary because it's, you know what?
I know.
That's the whole
I
thing.
know.
It's a paradox. And
I
the best
know.
part is,
I know.
by saying that you're non-binary, you create a binary of binary and non-binary, creating a new binary, therefore becoming binary.
And if there is such thing as a non-binary, that means there's no such things as trans.
No, that's separate.
Come on, Drake. Keep
you
up.
don't like it. It's
Keep
not.
up.
It is not separate. It's the same dang thing.
You're
I
forgetting
hate this
gender
planet.
fluid. You're forgetting
Send
gender
the
fluid.
meteorite, Lord. I'm ready. Send it. I'm done. I've seen enough. So this poor, unfortunate, ugly white broad now believes that she's not a man or a woman, but something all different.
But
the
she could be
actress
a
does,
dad.
yeah.
But she
The
could be a
character's
dad.
still a female.
Okay, all right. Well, let's play this game for a hot second. Adam, you remember Crying Game?
I
right?
don't want to.
You remember Crying Game?
I don't want to though.
Yeah, I mean, but homeboy, that was a legitimate androgynous human being. Okay, he was a Stargate, and he was in Stargate. The guy, whatever his name is, that was in Crying Game.
Yeah, he played Raw. He played Raw.
Yes, he said play Raw in Stargate. That individual was androgynous as a mug. At certain angles, you could not tell if that dude was a lady or that lady was a dude. Okay. Now, none of this non-binary foolishness existed 30 years ago. If that individual came out and said, hey, I'm both, a younger me would have been like, you know something? That he, she, guy, lady, ma'am thing might have a point. All right. But this individual is ugly as sin, yes, but is not a non-woman. I don't get it. These people are dumb. And so, okay, so since this person identifies as a bologna sandwich, So therefore, this person now has this line. Is that it?
Yeah, that's essentially
Essentially.
Essentially, yeah.
God,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
I like Ruben's idea in the chat. Mickey Rourke can fix her.
Yeah, that was funny.
Did you hear about that, Dre?
That was funny.
Yeah.
All right, so
I happened to watch that live when it happened because we
Really?
were in the UK watching Celebrity Big Brother because nothing
Oh,
else was
no.
on, and we
Oh,
just
no.
happened to see part of it,
That's
part of that
crazy.
story.
Oh, that's great. All right, but so yeah, I guess roundabout things are nuts. These TV shows are nuts. People are nuts, and
I'm finally glad people are turning on the Last of Us TV show because I got hate for not liking the first season.
Yeah, and I've stayed out of it because I never played the games, so I have no foundation. I can make
Good
fun of
game,
it all I
though.
want.
Good game.
Yeah, I
just never
love
wa-
the first game.
I just never wanted to play it. It wasn't my thing.
No,
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
All right, but you know what is my thing? I like superheroes. I like movies. And once upon a time, we enjoyed the MCU. It was great.
Indeed.
It was fun.
Well, and now we know that the Doctor enjoys the MCU as well.
Oh, they actually. I forgot he said that in the freaking show. Well, shoot, he do enjoys the MCU. I went,
But only up to Endgame, funnily
Yeah.
enough.
Well, maybe not up to Endgame. He just mentioned he went to see the movie with with one of the gods, and they laughed at it together. Anyway, that's for tomorrow night, guys. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Who cares?
Not gonna
reviews?
make it.
No, I'm trying, Trey. I'm trying to make it. I have goals and desires and dreams.
I see that desires to go and hold hands with Dermy and daggone.
That is a punishment. It's not a desire. And
It's
all
a
like, "I'm
secret
not-"
desire in a corner of your
Hey,
heart.
listen, I'm going to be holding his left hand just to be safe.
He's already said he's going to do weird shit to whatever hand you hold.
And then I'll go, I'm going to spend like an hour in the bathroom washing my hands. Okay, whatever.
Wear gloves.
I'm not allowed to. It's got to be skin to skin.
They're
Skin
raw
on
dogging
skin?
it.
Oh,
Yeah, they're raw dogging.
oh, you got to touch skin. Ooh.
I hate this.
Oh,
Okay. But now when it comes to, let's talk Thunderbolts, 'cause we have to stay on target here. We cannot keep getting sidetracked by my day of doom, which you guys can still super chat to and cause pain. Anyway, all right, so here we go. Thunderbolts. Last week, it's exactly what we said it was going to be. Bad opening weekend. Worse than Black Hawk and Captain America. Dre, did you see it?
no.
Okay. Jed, did you get around to seeing it?
I didn't know, fortunately.
Okay. All right. So a lot of back and forth on it, but no matter what, it still is not a great movie. No matter if you think little parts, people like little parts in there, but it's a bad representation, all that stuff. And then there was the whole thing. Now it's the new Avengers.
Yeah.
Now it's the new Avengers. Whether or not they always planned it,
They
discussion.
didn't.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Well, Dre, do you know how they beat Sentry at the end?
They hugged out. And
Yep, it's a group
they-
hug to resolve a
Yeah.
superhero movie.
because that's the only way they can beat villains in films now is to hug them or touch them emotionally because they're not really bad people and blah 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 blah. Just stop making movies altogether. If you're not have your villains be villains and you're not gonna make compelling characters, just stop making movies. If the solution is everybody has mental health issues, and if we all just hug and engage in communism, everything's gonna be a-okay. That's not it, bro. Like, you think you're gonna put butts in seats when the finale is everybody hugs?
But
I mean, what else could they have done? Only one of them has superpowers.
It's the evolved MCU, Dre. It's the
This
evolved.
MCU ain't worth nothing. That joint can't hold the sweat on my sack. It's a waste of time.
And it's obviously not worth anything because nobody's going to see this movie.
Oh my, it's over.
I mean, they are tracking slower than Black Hawk Calendar. We go down here right now. They're currently at 272 worldwide. International barely showing up. Domestic, they only put on $33 million.
It's over.
Now a 55% drop is great, but not when you started at 74%, 74 million.
It's
that's
over.
pretty bad.
Yeah,
they needed what 365 through 70 to break even.
No, they needed no. It's 180. It's the same as Black Vulcan. Their fake break even is 425. So they're not even going to hit that because
their real break even is probably above 500.
Oh, 500, like we said with Black Falcon Captain America. Now, Black Falcon Captain America never hit the break-even point.
Oh, heck no. Their break-even point was $1 billion.
Here's the comparison.
Here's
Here's the comparison. Now, they are slightly ahead on their second weekend compared to Black Falcon Captain America, but they're still behind. Black Falcon Captain America is at 141. They're currently at 128 domestic.
It's a wrap, bro.
It's this movie is not going to get anywhere because look what they're pulling in on the second weekend. Literally half of what
they're probably going to pull in a $1 million day one of the weekdays this week at this point.
I agree with you. I agree with you. So
I mean, it's a nightmare. Just pull the plug on all this. Yeah. They think changing the name is going to put butts in seats.
They really did. They really did.
No one cares.
It just screws over people who didn't see it opening weekend. Just spoiled the whole movie for everyone.
But then look at it like this, and I'm bringing it back to this because this is what I keep talking about when we have this conversation. And you guys questioned my theory when I put it out there, the equation of failure leading to baby steps. Listen, everything's lining up. I'm going to be right. Everything's lining up. Black Falcon failed. This is a failure. No enthusiasm in any of these. And in now 5 weeks, in 5.5 weeks, June 24th, you think Ree Williams is going to do anything to change the game? No.
There is so much bad happening. It literally is aging my face. Like, good Lord. Like, it's
the only thing that makes black crack is bad MCU movies.
You found white folks. The secret is out. Bad films age us. That is what it is.
But you're right. This stuff is bad, and they have no recipe, and nobody. The excitement for baby steps wasn't there in the first place. There is going to be zero enthusiasm come July 24th.
Not one bit.
Because, Dre, they spoiled the end. You know what happened in the post-credit scene? The Fantastic Four ship shows up in space.
Oh, right. Comes through the portal or something. Or
they showed it, which means we confirm what we already knew. They're going to lose in that movie.
Yeah.
And it gets sucked into the main timeline.
Yeah. Then what's the point of even having... Okay, now I have to ask a logistical question.
Uh-oh.
Why not release Fantastic Four first, then this?
Oh, Dre, I have a response. They're still doing reshoots.
They are. They're still filming Fantastic Four.
We just learned a few days ago that the Silver Surfer Her has been cited doing reshoots. With 2 months to go. This shit's still going to be wet when it goes on the reel.
Oh, yeah.
Be dripping.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is a disaster waiting to happen. And it also came out last week that the end credits scene that you see in Thunderbolts wasn't even filmed by the director. It's allegedly filmed by the Russo brothers.
On the set of Doomsday, yeah.
On the set of Doomsday. They did it last minute because because they've got everybody up there. Everybody's up there for shooting right now. They're shooting it right now.
That's crazy.
Well,
I mean, but
for now.
There's so much wrong with how there is no build. Let's just get that out of the way. But I'm just going to use the word build for the sake of this discussion.
Yeah.
The build that they are creating with this makes zero sense. First, the Thunderbolts is a nothing burger, and they put an in-credit scene in that film that connects to a film that has not come out yet, that has now spoiled the ending for the film that has not come out yet. Is everyone taking crazy pills?
Yes.
If anything,
yes.
You take the in-credit scene that you shot for Thunderbolts and put it at the end of the Fantastic Four film. Hello? Am I huffing paint? Is no one else seeing math?
Stop thinking logic. Stop using logic, Dre. Stop using logic to try and keep people entertained and wondering and guessing and enthusiastic. Now, first of all, people would have had to be enthusiastic for the Thunderbolts in the first place, okay?
No, not at all.
And anybody saying they were are goddamn liars.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Single one of you. Now, people just because I am not, and a couple of people that we hang out with are not, people like the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, there's fan
People
base.
like them. Yeah, there is a fan base for it. People want good Fantastic Four. But this movie, since it got announced, it's had red flags of problems. Foremost being Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. That was a giant, oh no, they don't take this seriously. And then stooping in the Silver Surfer and all this stuff, making it multiverse bullshit. They showed they weren't taking it seriously. Demasculinizing Johnny Storm, making Ben Grimm the Thing, sad man. They aren't going to take this seriously. Putting the Invisible Woman, Sue Richards, whatever hell she's going to be called in this movie, putting her as the center. Sue Storm. Yeah, Sue Storm with but pregnant without being married.
Well, she's still gonna be badass warrior even when she's 9 months pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood loves pregnant women in fight scenes.
Oh,
yeah,
it's so bizarre.
But you understand what I'm saying, though? They make her the foundation, her the heart, the core, the real leader, not Reed. He's just the brains. She's the leader. She's the one that is the courage, the determination. They set all this shit up, and all of it was red flags. Every single piece of it, which means nobody is excited for this. And people that are full of shit. The hardcore Fantastic Four fans have written this off. Regular MCU fans are wondering what's going on here. And nerds who are kind of just fans of everything, we're going, screw this, we're out. Only a few of us are showing up just to review, analyze, and critique this shit into oblivion. So you're absolutely right. Nobody's into this, and they have no clue. The Fantastic Four should have been done 3 years ago. 4 years ago. It should have been the first thing with the X-Men that you left off with after Endgame. You put the Avengers in a bucket, you put them on a shelf, you forget about them, and you move on to other teams, other stories in the Marvel Universe. You don't try to continually make it the Avengers. Because once you moved on from the original cast and you refused to recast them and you made a big deal out about handing off mantles, then you had a problem. You lost everybody. You should have just made new teams. Plain and simple. But they couldn't do that because they're stupid. All right, I got to blow my nose. Say something.
Let's say completely quiet.
Yeah, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Man has to blow his nose. Can't do it on camera because it's not polite. And you're supposed to carry no dead air. Let's just say anything. Knowing that I have to sit here and go through the motions, watching you just be unhelpful.
You're welcome.
Yeah, fine.
That did happen.
Yeah. So this, I think, and I want you guys your opinion on this. This is going to tank the MCU for the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Because is there anything after Fantastic Four? Is there? I don't think so.
There's a couple other shows, but no more movies.
They're not done yet, though. Like Vision Quest hasn't gotten a release date yet.
Vision Quest is not happening, Adam. That's not happening. That's not a real thing. You had a fever dream. You had a fever dream. It's okay. The DMV got some swamp water. You had a fever dream. It happens.
Now, will this be the first year that the MCU makes zero profit? I feel like they've done that before.
Ooh,
but
we'd have to. I off the top of my head, they've always had a Spider-Man or a Deadpool and Wolverine. I feel like this to pull them out in a fiscal year. We have to remember a fiscal year.
Yeah, I'm not saying overall, like not combining the projects. I just mean a product in.
I mean, it has to be. Was there anything that? I mean, we still don't know if Guardians 3 actually made money. We don't know. We don't know if it because we don't know the real anything. I still say it made enough for a sandwich.
Yeah,
I think a couple of them did. Like Black Widow, I think made enough for a sandwich.
Maybe because that day and day release, that's all kinds of sketchy.
Yeah,
with that.
That's a small sandwich.
And then you got to take into account the failure of Eternals, the failure of Shang-Chi, and everything on Disney Plus was a failure.
Yeah,
of course.
All of that
that's just guaranteed. No matter how popular it is, it's a failure.
And but Spider-Man, depending on what fiscal year all that fell into, that probably then again, no, Spider-Man was money for Sony. You're right. You caught me. Spider-Man was money for Sony, not Disney. They only got 20% of that jack.
Yep.
So the only thing that Disney has made a lot of money on in the past
Deadpool.
4 years is Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah,
That's
that joint made that legitimately made money.
Oh yeah.
and it was legitimately fun because
Yep.
it wasn't an MCU movie.
It sure wasn't. It was a Fox movie.
Yeah.
Tell the truth and shame the devil. It was a Fox
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. So you add all that in, and then here we are this year. Let's go through it again because I forgot one. Black Falcon, Captain America, failure.
Absolutely.
Daredevil, utter failure.
What a oh my god.
Utter failure.
Did you end up finishing it?
Oh, I finished it all right, and almost finished my wrist, if you know what I'm saying. Golly.
So Daredevil, failure.
God.
Right now, looking at Thunderbolts, going to be a failure. And then we've got Riri Williams in a month. Failure, incoming film. We know it's going to fail. There ain't no way in God in heaven that shit being saved. No. And then Baby Steps, I predict, will be a failure because that budget is easily minimum $200 million. They will not be able to hide that. They can't. If they say 180 for that, we know they're full of shit again. They can't just keep saying every MCU movie this year had a $180 million budget, especially with all the marketing and shit they put into Baby Steps.
Yeah.
So
Well, and Baby Steps can't.
Go ahead.
Baby Steps can't use as many real life sets as Falcon and the Winter Soldier and anything else because it's got this retro 60s feel to it. A lot of the sets had to be constructed, or if they did use real locations, they'd have to put a little extra work in sprucing it up to make it fit the aesthetic, putting in the right cars and stuff like that. That isn't massive to the budget, but it's going to make a significant impact over the course of the entire film. So its setting is causing it a problem as well.
And the film is massively CGI heavy.
The Thing, Silver Surfer, Galactus, all the abilities, every combat scene. You can't like sometimes you can get away with just like overlap CGI, but like
is that even in this?
I don't know because Johnny Storm in combat, he's always going to be in flames flying around. Yep. That's all CGI. Everything CGI everything CGI. Ben Grimm, CGI the whole time.
No stand-in.
The Invisible Woman's going to be the only thing when she's using her shields. They're going to use footage for putting her hands up and being all weird.
Yeah,
but everybody else, if they're using their powers, they're full CGI.
We saw his stretchy power in the last trailer. Looked like shit.
Yep,
and it's that everything he does. So that thing's going to be it's a CGI nightmare. There's no way this thing costs anything less than $250.
I'm willing to agree
I'd
with
say,
that.
Yeah, $250 is pretty fair. Probably up to $3. Wouldn't surprise me.
With marketing and now reshoots.
Yeah, reshoot. Like okay, Adam, I think it's fair. Like even if you want to go and retroactively look back at some of the past years, maybe there was one film that actually made money. I use that term very loosely. This year.
Nothing.
Not even close.
Ain't no way.
I mean, in all realistic belief systems, facts, logic, receipts, everything we will learn, know, and understand and feel in our nerd hearts and guts. Baby Steps needs a break even of minimum $600 million. Minimum.
Probably so.
Minimum. I think probably more along the lines of 750 personally. But I don't think I've said it. I'm going to say it again. I think it taps out between 500 and 600 million. That's where it taps out because of the complete lack of enthusiasm. Nobody's going to be interested in this. It might have a somewhat good looking opening weekend, but then it's going to take a sharp dive because it will still be competing against dinosaurs who will make $1 billion.
Yes, indeed.
And a Superman movie that will probably be middling. Superman's going to be middling. I don't think it's going to be terrible. It's going to be middling because James Gunn is incapable, like we talked about last week. But they're going to suck up all the oxygen in the room for that month. And then I don't know. Let me see something real quick. Let me bring up my
While you're looking that up, with a lot of the other MCU movies, I don't really care if they're successful or not, and I just laugh. Like, if the Thunderbolts had made $600 million, I would have just laughed and not cared, but I genuinely want Baby Steps to fail so horribly bad that all of Hollywood suddenly realizes, wait, the general public isn't in love with Pedro Pascal? TikTok doesn't represent the real world? And stop casting him in fucking everything. That's my dream from Baby Steps is Hollywood realizes that he's not a box office draw in any way, shape, or form. Normal people don't give a shit about Pedro Pascal.
Exactly. Now, the following week is the release of Liam Neeson's Naked Gun remake. I personally could care less about it, but some people have excitement for that.
It does look fun.
That could eat into, as a dumb fun movie.
Yeah.
That is harmless, likely harmless. That could eat into baby steps.
I think it will, because I'm going to go see it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I'm not spending my money to watch Fantastic Four. I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
And I kind of got won over with their first trailer with
Liam Neeson.
with freaking Naked Gun. It looks like dumb fun, and there's nothing I love more than dumb fun. And
Yeah.
so yes, it's absolutely cutting into it.
I made my prediction at the beginning of the year that no one would care about Naked Gun. I'm probably going to take an L on that one. I'm going to lodge an L on that prediction probably. But that could eat into baby steps, because people will want dumb fun. There'll be positive talk about Naked Gun remake, and everybody's going to go. Everybody likes Liam Neeson, so everybody's going to go watch it, and they're probably like, "Oh, we had fun. Let's go see it again and laugh again." Meanwhile, Baby Steps is going to be lecturing us about Invisible Woman's feminist agenda.
100%.
And Silver Surfer her and Galactus walking through a city, and
Which I'm pretty sure Galactus is going to be cucked at some point. I see the handwriting on the wall. Call me Nebuchadnezzar. All right, I've already seen it, and so I'm just like, when you put it in front of, I'm going to use the terms they like to use, modern audience. The modern audience is going to look at, hey, one is going to be a lot of dumb fun with slapstick and weird fart jokes. And then this other one is going to be feminist propaganda.
Yeah.
Fun for me. Thank you very much. Like it's not even, and maybe if you rewind around the clock, maybe 5-6 years, maybe it's a debate. That ship has sailed. The paying customer has spoken on several occasions. We want escapist entertainment.
Yep.
We don't want nonsense. Let me have my fun. So I can see Naked Gun. Definitely, I don't know if it's not going to break Baco records, nothing like that.
No.
It's definitely going to take a chunk out of what would have been for Fantastic Four.
Naked Gun budget is probably going to be somewhere between $70 and $90 million.
More than likely.
Which means if it breaks,
still way too high for the type of movie.
We've had that discussion. These things are still way too high, but by comparison, its break-even point is drastically smaller and will likely hit it and make money, as opposed to Baby Steps and everything the MCU has put out this year so far. None of these things have made money. And yes, in a couple of months, Lilo and Stitch is going to make all the goddamn money in the world.
There's a strong possibility of that.
It'll be barely offsetting the failures, because there are more Disney failures on the way this year, not just MCU. And at the end of the year, yes, Avatar will make money, but that's not Disney. That's James Cameron. And they just footed the bill for the end of it. Avatar is a special situation that is an outlier to all of this. Disney didn't make that. James Cameron made that. And he didn't let them touch it. Now, like it or hate it, it's an anomaly. We're gonna bang our heads against the wall come December on this shit.
I'm not willing to make any predictions on this movie this time.
No, we're done. No. I make
billions is my prediction.
That's it. Billions. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Billions. I have learned my lesson. I took my spanking and I understood last time. Okay.
Yeah, we got spanked
just like
hard.
last time. I don't think just like last time, it didn't do great in the States. Internationally, just
off the charts.
Oogles of money.
Off the charts.
Oogles.
Off the charts.
So I'm just like, like billions. That's my answer. Is billions, because I don't know. Maybe James Cameron has a voodoo hold on people, and
James Cameron understands normie speak.
That's true.
He is the normie whisperer. He knows how to do it. Normies will show up, they'll give the money, and then they'll just go away and forget about it and come back and realize, oh yeah, I like this because I hear the Pied Piper of normies in my ear again. That's James Cameron. It's very simple.
Well put.
That movie made $2.320 billion
and made us look like goddamn idiots in the
absolute morons.
Yeah, complete.
We unfortunately had faith in humanity. We
were wrong. We were wrong.
All right,
but besides Avatar and Lilo and Stitch, will Disney make have any movies with profit this year?
No,
I
think
said
Lilo and Stitch will make profit.
Oh,
I don't think it's
gonna
going to
make
be.
profit.
It's not going to be a $1 billion movie or anything.
On
but-
my list here, after that first trailer, I think Freakier Friday is going to have problems after that first trailer. I don't think it's going to be as well received as I thought originally would be. It looks like
it's not a relevant franchise. It should have been a Disney Plus movie.
I mean, it's nice to see that Lindsay Lohan looks good again and is trying to get her life back together and trying to make movies and not be a drug addicted alcoholic mess. And she had some plastic surgery. She doesn't quite look like herself like she used to.
Well, none of them do. But I'm glad she's bouncing back because
good for her.
God bless her.
I mean, Hollywood effed her hard.
Oh yeah,
hard.
Sideways over the railing.
So it's good to see her trying to make a normal career again. Good for her. But that movie, that trailer, is a lot of agenda in that trailer. A lot of this. So I don't know if that's going to go over too well. Tron
is it like a trans allegory? Like I'm in the wrong body.
There's a lot. Well, no. They according. I watched the trailer. Instead of switching with each other, they switch with Lindsay Lohan's character's kids. So it's like the kids become the adults, and the adults are in the teenager's body. It's
okay.
But the kids are all multiracial.
All right.
And so Lindsay was a whore.
I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Point is that and it looked bad. The trailer did not look good. It didn't look good, and no one's talking about it anymore. It shows you didn't have any traction. All right, so I don't think that comes out right after Naked Gun. A few weeks. Then they don't have a movie till October. October is Tron Ares. We've talked about this. I think Tron is going to crash and burn. I don't think there's a real interest in Tron Ares. No one's lined up for Jared Leto. No one's lined up for Jared Leto.
Tron has been a niche franchise since its debut. It's not. It's not mainstream. It never was.
No.
Now, granted, Tron Legacy may be the most mid movie I've ever seen, but the soundtrack was so amazing that they don't actually sold the film.
But that's October, and I don't think that's going to be a mega hit. It'll be middling at best, I think.
Yeah, especially not in October when the competition are going to be like horror movies and stuff like that.
Its competition is surrounded. Well, I mean, this is not a complete list. It's just a list I had when I made that video.
I think Conjuring 4 is coming out then.
Conjuring, no, that's in September.
September.
Nearest movies in that is the next Mortal Kombat movie. A couple weeks later. Then we go online. Their next movie in November, Thanksgiving week, Zootopia 2.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
That might make money.
That might. After Inside Out 2 surprised us, I wouldn't bet against Zootopia 2. There's enough furries out there.
I'm still going to bet against Zootopia 2. I'm going to bet against
I think that's a bad bet, Adam. I
already made the bet, Dre. I already made the bet. I cannot make it. I made the bet in January. I can't take a bet. I made the bet already.
That's a bad bet.
And then, of course, in December, Avatar. So,
not a good year for Disney.
No. I mean, Avatar will probably... but Avatar's going to be on the next fiscal year. That's not going to be on this. But right now, actually, Tron, Zootopia, and Avatar, that's fiscal year. That's the next fiscal year. Because fiscal years start in October.
Yeah, October, yeah.
Well, then what came out last winter, like November, December of last year, that would be included in this fiscal year of Disney failures?
What was the Marvel movie before Captain America? I know that came out around then.
It's so
that's
forgettable.
How forgettable these movies have become. We can't remember what happened in December.
Yeah. There's Elio during the summer. You excited for Elio?
No one's gonna give a shit about that creepy ass film.
No, they're not. In all these things here, if somebody look it up, see what came out at the end of last year. Fiscal year ends on October. That means only thing that will balance their sheets will be Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah,
and that'll just balance it. That's not going. It's not going to be huge. So I mean, it's a okay, Jay. So let's finish up because I want to get to the next topic. I want your thoughts on the next topic. So here's the thing. So it's gonna fail. Disney has a problem. Big problem.
Right.
And their fiscal year 2025 is going to suck. Their fiscal year 2025 is going to suck. All right, so let's jump to the next topic. Because Jay, you got to leave in a few minutes. I stepped in it this week when it came to Andor. I
Do
shouldn't
we
have
want to
gotten
do Andor or video games with him?
Oh, you're right. Video games. Okay, you know what? Yeah, screw that. You're right, Jed. Thank you. Video games. The whole reason I held the topic.
Yeah,
over.
because we delayed it last week because he wasn't here.
My whole brain is in normal order. All right. So video games. Right. Last week. Thank you, Jed. Thank you, Jed. Okay. Last week, we got the announcement that GTA 6 was going to be delayed. And
Yes.
I will ask this because we didn't talk about it, so I'll ask this question. I will say it first. I don't care. Everybody was surprised. On Ballbusters, some of the guys were surprised that I have not played a GTA game since Vice City. I just don't care. I am completely out of it. It's not that I hate it. I just don't care.
Yeah, just not for you.
Yeah, the franchise moved away from me simply enjoying it, so I just don't care. You like it? That's great. That's great. Jed, do you care about GTA 6?
Not really. I've only ever played GTA 5 once, just the single player campaign, and I enjoyed it fine enough. It's not the type of game for me. Just like you said, it's just not for me. So I respect the hell out of it because it's made $7 billion at this point.
One of the most profitable franchises in history.
It's ridiculous, but
made so much money. It's ridiculous.
I prefer the Red Dead franchise that they have. GTA doesn't affect me at all.
Which they've abandoned in favor of GTA.
For right now, I mean, RDR2 only came out in 2019. They only really do. Was it 18? They only really do one game at a time right now.
Well,
so.
that's part of the problem. They don't make games a lot. They take a lot of time to make a single game, and you just hope it isn't broken. Dre, do you care about GTA?
As far as getting it, no. I was never a big GTA guy. I've played them obviously over the years, and I respect what these games represent as far as sandboxes are concerned, and the impact that this game had, as a franchise, has had on the gaming industry. I have a lot of respect for it, and I am curious just to see how big this game will get. I think it will be the highest selling game of what.
There we go. He's roboting out. We're gonna take a screenshot that, guys. We're losing him. We lost him. I think he's gone. Dragon Lady, I know you don't care about GTA.
No, never really the kind of game I would actually play, even though Dre,
every year it drops it.
Okay, all right, hang on.
Okay,
Are you here? Are you back?
You're back.
Okay, I have no idea what happened. I'm just gonna blame the aliens. All right.
We had a good screen cap. You looked like you were in pain. Screen cap is good. Full screen, too late.
That's what was happening with mine as well. That's what was happening with mine as well. That's why I went off.
All right, Dre, you were in the middle of saying you while you played it and then you stopped. That's the last thing.
Okay, so yeah, I play. Of course, I've played it over the years. But I am more interested in the impact that this game is going to have. Because whatever year this game drops, it's going to be the highest selling game of the year. It's not even close. It's not even worth debating. It's what it is. And I'm interested in to see the explosiveness of the impact the game's going to have. How it's going to shoot freaking Rockstar to the freaking moon overnight. I'm interested in seeing the cultural impact of it. But for me, myself, I've never been a big GTA guy. I've played them, obviously, but it's just not my type of franchise. It's just not my type of franchise. But I am really interested in seeing how it's going to impact it. So
okay, so it got pushed back, and I'm of the belief they did this for multiple reasons. Okay. I think they pushed it back, one, because they're going to try and sell this for $100.
Without question.
The trial balloon didn't go well, but by the time we get there, I think people and I've heard enough of discussions from other streams, other channels. People are going to pay the money. They know people will pay the money for this.
They're going to pay.
They're going to pay because
it's just like Nintendo people. They are the audience is so whipped that they'll take whatever they're given.
Yeah.
So they will pay the money. They know it. Two, I don't think the game is even close to being ready. I don't think it's ready.
Especially for what the scope and size that they're working with for it. And like they're supposed to be like what's been reported as the biggest sandbox game ever created. They pulled all the resources, just like you had mentioned before about the Red Dead team and everybody else. Everybody has been pulled from their projects to work on GTA 6.
They've been working on this for a decade. They've been working on it for a decade.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
like the
everyone-
budget's almost $1 billion on
no,
its
2
own.
billion. No, it's 2 billion.
Oh,
It's 2
jeez.
billion. Its
Yeah,
game
I can believe
cost-
it.
It is caught. I did this research we talked about like Mellow Mondays months and months ago, even last year, I think. This game costs $2 billion to make. The thing is, GTA Online has made billions upon billions of dollars. And the third thing I think they want to try and do is they're trying to shorten, because I don't think they're going to release the online version when they release the base game. I don't think that's happening. They are
got
trying
to delay that.
But what I think they're trying to do is to shorten the delay, because I've been on the record saying this, and this is my belief. In order to make this the success that 5 and online has been, they're going to have to figure out a way to appease the whales of GTA Online. You're going to have to give them some sort of wealth transfer option. Not all your shit, but maybe near equal to what all your shit is worth. So you can start over again and build your online empire on your servers and all that shit. I think they're working on that and trying to test what is the most feasible way to do it. I think, and so that maybe 2-3 months down the line, they say, okay, guys, GTA 6 online is ready to go. If you're playing GTA 5 online, we're going to do server transfer, server wealth transfer. Here's what we've worked out. Now enjoy and keep giving us money. I think those are the factors that have gone into this.
That would be a really, really intelligent thing to do, but also that the implications on how to do that technically would be astronomical of the amount of cost in general.
It's a dangerous thing to have all those people lose the tens of thousands of dollars they've invested in online.
I agree. I mean, the best thing that they can do, and I mean, once again, I don't work for Rockstar. I don't know how their hierarchy works.
Yeah.
But the best thing, logistically speaking, that can be done is to have an account transfer of like materials, monies, whatever in-game currency.
Yeah.
Maybe to something of that nature, but everything else.
Just the worth. Just
like
worth.
If that's it, then I think that would be worth it.
I think
and
the simplest thing they can do is transfer the net worth of those accounts, because then I think people don't care about rebuilding. I think when they come, if they have all their money, they'll be happy to rebuild. It'll be fun for them to buy things again, build things again. That's what these guys like to do. It's you have to have something to give them that money. Otherwise, the people playing GTA Online are going to be pissed.
Yeah, I agree.
Because once GTA 6 launches, there's now an expiration date on GTA Online. There's an expiration date. I don't know when it is, but there is an expiration date going to be put on there. At some point, they will shut those servers down in
100%.
favor of everything GTA 6 and beyond.
100%. Yeah,
and then
they definitely will have to sunset it. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. So you're going to have to do something to appease the people that have allowed you to spend 10 years making a game. And in the end, when they do that, they will make billions again.
Yeah. I agree with that 110%. And Rockstar, they usually know what they're doing. So more than likely, they're going to implement something. It may not be on launch. Let me say that.
Oh,
it may not be on launch.
I don't think so.
It may not be on launch, but at some point, there will be something to be implemented in order for somebody to get their currency or whatever the case may be. Because, of course, and like you're right, you got to appease those people. They are literally the reason why this game can cost $2 billion and nobody is sweating. None.
Nope. They are going to be, say, here, take my money again. Take it.
Yep.
Take it.
Yes.
Take it all.
Yes. And like this is like the first time ever in my career and in any of this when I've looked at like, oh, that game cost $2 billion. And I'm not like, oh my God, what are they going to do? I'm like, oh, $2 billion. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you already know they're going to make oogles of money, tens of billions.
And you're absolutely every time you and I have had this discussion about one of these companies where they make these games, Veilguard, Concord, all these discussions we had over the past couple of years, we knew they were going to be failures. And you said to yourself, you told us what the numbers were going to be. Assassin's Creed Shadows. All these things fail because they spend a ton of money that will never come back. Rockstar will get their money back in time. It's going to take a few years, but they will get their money back in time, and they know it, and their masters know it.
Oh, yeah.
Their board of directors, they all freaking know it. They all know it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So it's gonna be fine, and the fake fans could talk about wanting to make this guy Jason, to making him a gay icon. They want to be gay. They could do all that shit, and people are gonna ignore their dumbasses.
Yeah, no, like this, nothing is gonna stop this train.
No,
nothing's gonna stop this train.
No,
like they can come up and be like, the main character is over there sucking balls behind the 7-Eleven. Like they're like, oh, okay, we'll just work around him, and like no one, there's no controversy that's going to stop this train.
And the controversies I've heard is that certain people aren't there anymore. Certain developers, leads aren't there. It's still not enough at the end of discussions. People still say we're going to buy the game.
Yeah.
They still say we're going to buy the game. They're worried about having Lucia be the more protagonist than Jason. They're still going to buy the game.
Yeah.
To find out.
This game is going to make so much money. Empires are going to be built.
And Jeremy made a great point, and God help me, I said that, where careers were made over GTA 5 and GTA 5 online. Yes. Aiden Ross is the one that was thrown out to me. Now, I wish here's what makes me hate myself for not being. This is how shows you I'm not that good a grifter. I'm not going to play this game, even though it could make a career. Maybe, but no, I'm still not going to play it because I don't like playing these games. They're not fun for me. So, but people will make gaming careers online over this next game. And here's my prediction of what they're going to do online to keep it going before we move to the next part of the discussion. I've said this. I'm going on the record now again. They're going to make GTA 6 Online, the new GTA Online. After that, they're never going to make another numbered GTA game because of what they're going to do is they're going to turn the online game into GTA America. And every state will be something. And you're just going to go to state with your original characters doing shit.
That makes perfect sense to me.
They'll walk you up the coastline, then they'll get you across, get to San Andreas eventually. That's what they're going to do. That's my prediction.
No, and I think it's a good prediction. I think it's really, really smart. And I think it's a good way to extend the life of this game for eternity. So,
they'll never have to make another game. Now, I hear our good friend Horny Alf and other guys say all they want is a story mode. They don't want the online stuff. And Alf understands this conversation too, because we talked about it. He said, I get it. They're not listening to me because I'm a minority in this situation. The majority want the online. They want that experience.
Yes.
Very few people just want the story mode and then be done, and then we'll replay the story mode.
That's correct.
Majority want the online experience, and that's where the money is, and that's where Rockstar is going to invest for years and years to come.
And they'd be fools not to.
Why not do it? Why not do it? So here's the Grand Theft Auto 6 thing. This thing, it's going to make all the money next year.
Yes, it is.
For the rest of the year, though, gaming industry is looking weird. Now, this happened a week ago, but I'm bringing it up. Electronic Arts fired a bunch of people.
Yes, they did.
Canceled what everybody wasn't sure was going to happen. Respawn canceled Titanfall 3 officially forever. It's done. And I'm not surprised because Rockstar may make all the money in the world next year. But Dre, the rest of the video game industry, they're taking hits hard.
Yeah, big time. The layoffs at EA, once again, it's always terrible. It's always terrible when you see that in the industry. Because the people that are losing their jobs are usually the folks that have nothing to do with the problems in that company. It's always the people that are they just come there to do their jobs, 9-to-5 workers. And trust me, it's always the worst thing. It's always the worst. So my heart goes out to all of them. Now, but based on the projects that they were working on, there is no clamoring for any of the things that EA is pumping out. Nothing. Less than nothing. EA is done for as far as I'm concerned. But it just breaks my heart that hardworking people, are the ones that's going to take all the hits on all this, and shareholders, the people that pull the trigger to make EA what it is now, are just going to get off and just start another company or reinvest their money in something else, and that part is sad. But EA's finished, and I don't think it's going to go anybody to sit there and defend it unless they go the sports division, fine. The sports division is always going to make money because FIFA is the most popular freaking sports game in the history of humankind. But other than that, the rest of their divisions are burning. Respawn is dead. Yeah. Dead.
BioWare is dead.
Yeah, dead. They're dead.
They killed it. They helped kill it. Helped kill it. I have sympathy for people with jobs, but I have no sympathy for EA as a corporation.
No, not at all. Not one bit.
So the industry is not healthy. At the same time, this is also a story from last week. Xbox, with the whole bit of let's raise game prices, they say we're going to raise prices on our console nobody's already buying.
I don't know why Xbox always does this. And look, I've been an Xbox lifer at this point for many, many, many years. Stop chasing the dragon. For those that know,
you get it. You can't catch me.
Stop chasing the dragon. And like Nintendo can do what they want.
Mm-hmm.
If they because their fan base is freaking handcuffed to them, and they've been handcuffed for decades.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do the same thing for Xbox. I've been saying this for years. Xbox has never had a legit fan base. It never has had one.
Wait, Dre, wait. I was always told that the real gamers played on the Xbox 360. I've been told that forever. That if you weren't playing Halo and all that stuff, you're not a real gamer. All the ponies on the PlayStation 3. Oh no, the real gamers are on the Xbox. I've been told that for years.
And they were lying. Xbox has never had a legit fan base. Xbox has always been what I like to call a hybrid fan base. It will be for those that originally were hardcore PC gamers that then transitioned over to Xbox or never left PC. That's it.
And they've all gone back to PC now. They've all gone back.
Yes, like me, I do both. It's there's no reason for me to just be like, I'm an exclusive Xbox guy. There's nothing. What titles do in history have been like, hey, you better get an Xbox or you're gonna miss out? None. Zero.
And here you go. Exclusivity is the thing. We've discussed it. I think it needs to go away. I had a discussion a week or two ago about exclusivity with some of the other guys, and some people define it differently. Some people do buy based on that. I personally don't. I just want to play my games and left alone. I go where I know the hardware is going to work, and I know where at least my genres are going to be. Not so much the games, but the genres are going to feed me, specifically RPGs. PlayStation feeds me RPGs. Yes, Xbox never did. Nintendo stopped. And that's why originally I shifted to Sony, because that's where my library was going to be, RPG games. But you bring that up. We know that Xbox owns Bethesda. Microsoft owns Bethesda. And a couple weeks ago, the sudden release of Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster, literally remaster, not remake, because it literally had every single bug the original game had. All the problems. And now, a couple weeks later, if you're playing on PC, there are problems. Here, this article from this morning. Tech experts say Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster camera breaks the longer you play and eventually crashes when loading a save. Call for emergency patch. This is Bethesda to a T, isn't it?
Yes, this is exactly what Bethesda does. They, like, when I say that they took Oblivion and literally just gave it a new coat of paint,
yeah,
I mean,
yes,
they took Oblivion and gave it a new coat of paint.
Yep.
They changed nothing. I mean nothing.
If you have the original Game of the Year edition, you still have the same game, and you've already played it. I mean, our friend Samuel the Infamous, Sam said he loves Oblivion. He played the hell out of it for years, but he's played it. He's done with it. He doesn't need to play it again with a fresh coat of paint.
Well, that's exactly what it is. Skyrim has been redone to death.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got to go back further.
Because they're never going to make 6. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Never going to happen.
Not happening.
Not in our lifetimes.
Not happening. So here we go. This is the industry. Bethesda, as you said, a wing of Microsoft. They just put out the game. Now, everybody bought this game, and if you're having fun, that's great.
Yeah.
But nobody pretend that this is a sign of a healthy industry right here.
No.
You shelved out something that was old with a remaster. You probably didn't spend too much money on it, and you made
they spent no money on the marketing either. They just shadow dropped that bitch.
And that worked, Jed. That did work for the marketing.
It's shocking how well it worked. They probably made gobs of money on this because, like you said, it's a coat of paint. It's not a remake. They put virtually no investment into making it, and then virtually no investment into the marketing. That this costs like, I don't know, $20 million to make at most.
Todd is standing there pointing and laughing at all of us.
Yep.
You did it. You did it again. I proved you're all drones. You're just going to give me the money.
After everything that they've released the last few years, I wish people would stop doing this with Bethesda. Like 76 was not good.
Yeah, I mean,
this one made money.
I mean, think about it. I just reacted to Internet Historian's 76 video, Fall of 76, the other day. The launch was a disaster. Yes, the game was recovered, but the launch was a disaster and never really recouped the fan base. Those who are there are the hardcore people who love it. You didn't bring anybody new in. So, it's not healthy. And then you throw this on top of that. Nintendo. Now, you mentioned Nintendo. The Nintendo drones, we're going to call them what they are, Nintendo drones. They're going to buy the Switch too, no matter what. They're going to buy the Switch.
Mhm.
But this is worrying. This is Big
I
Brother
think this
shit.
is bad. This is
This is
vile.
terrible.
Let's read. Nintendo can and will brick your Switch console for modding and piracy, according to Pause Up. Let's read this real quick.
Well, to be clear, the actual agreement, as far as I'm aware, lists those as potential reasons, but also say like etc. They reserve the right to brick it for any reason.
That was my point. Yes, it may just be ambiguous, but that's still Nintendo saying we're going to make the call. And if we don't like it, sorry, you signed your user agreement. Because let's be honest, do we read user agreements? No, we don't.
do.
See the South Park episode with the with the centipede. Yeah, we don't read them. We just want to get onto our game. That means you've signed away your right to complain. And if they decide that your Nintendo Switch you just paid $450 for, if you have done something they don't like, they will go through the airwaves and they will brick your shit. They will turn it off and say, sorry, this is scary Big Brother shit. And Dre, you said it. Nintendo knows they can get away with it.
Yep. And that's the point. So anyway, brothers, I've got to step out.
All right.
It's been great. It's been great being back. For everybody in the chat, keep on donating to Adam so he can keep humiliating himself. Absolutely.
We got the rest of the month to get there. The rest of the month.
Yep. Keep going. And follow me on Twitter at @TheBrute00.
All right.
Role playing comics, all the great stuff. I'll catch you out on the flip side. I will catch you out
next week, Ray.
All right, now.
Take care, man.
All right, guys. All right, so this is frightening. And there is an article on Bounding into Comics. U.S. spending on video game subscriptions flat since 2021. Analyst warns premium services are not the future gaming. This speaks directly to Game Pass. While great for the customer, bad business decision. Which is why I said last week in a discussion, not here on Ballbusters, that the reason Xbox is doing this, raising the prices, is because Game Pass is a failure. It's a failure as a business. It doesn't make them money. So, Jed, this gaming industry is not the AAA gaming industry, is not AA. They're making bank.
They're doing fantastic. Like Expedition 33. It's actually giving us sales numbers. I'm not super interested in the game. Turn-based isn't my style, but I very much respect how successful it is. But they're giving me the sales numbers, and I absolutely love that. When they say, hey, we've sold 3 million units, I believe that, versus Ubisoft saying, oh, there's 3 million players on Assassin's Creed Shadows. What does that mean? That's a worthless metric. Mm-hmm. So I think Expedition sold more units than Assassin's Creed Shadows and unequivocally made more profit because obviously it cost a lot less.
Their development team was 30 people.
Versus 2 hours.
Former Ubisoft employees who left to make good games. Now, I love turn-based. I'm a JRPG player. This is in the heart of JRPGs. My copy will arrive in 2 days, and we're going to start streaming it this week. Finally, I'm getting there, catching up late. Join me for that. We're going to have fun. I know Static is waiting to see how I'm going to feel about it. But this is the AA community is doing great. They're making money. Pal World, even though Pal World's getting sued by bitch-made Nintendo over this shit. Petty Nintendo suing Pal World over this stuff. Like, here's the thing. Pal World is success, but Pal World's success is not going to hurt Pokemon.
Oh, God, no. The new Pokemon game is still going to sell extraordinarily well.
A to Z is going to sell mega. The next major installment will sell mega. So Nintendo suing Pal World, Pocket Games, that's petty. Their bottom line will not be hurt by Pal World ever. So
I just wish that AA, we saw an industry like this in Hollywood, because that's the biggest thing. Even with small movies like Naked Gun we were talking about, their budgets are astronomical, way higher than they should be. But there's not really an independent movie market that has any sort of staying power. I wish we had an independent movie sphere that could get into the theaters and be successful like the independent sphere in gaming. The independent sphere in gaming, the AA studios, they're killing it. They're making cheap games that are so much better than AAA games, quality-wise, and just overall, you're going to get a better gaming experience from a AA game, and they're going to make way more money. We need that in the Hollywood sphere. It's ridiculous that we don't.
But that's because it's decentralized. Because the creators will eventually go, and if they are working within a budget on a game, it's going to be there. And even though I am not a fan of digital only, double A's can get their games on Steam and people will buy them and spread good word very easily. And then they'll make physical copies. Because then, I mean, I got my physical copy of Starship Troopers, which is a double A game, did really well, still doing decently. They're coming out with a new update. Jed, they're going to release the flyers soon in the game. That's going to be a nightmare for us for those who are playing that game. We mentioned Expedition 33. Even though it's a remaster and a re-release, Gung Ho Games, they did not understand the desire for the Lunar Remastered series. And they are now behind the 8 ball trying to get out physical copies. So much so that the scalpers abused the system because they didn't do pre-orders. They had bots ready. They bought up all the copies, which is why I didn't get a copy at release, because the scalpers had bots buying them up by the dozens. So then they could sell them at triple the price on Amazon. Well, Gung Ho Games got a clue, made a couple deals. Yes, I had to pay $3 extra, which I'm willing to do. But I'm getting my physical copy, but it has to come from Canada. It's going to arrive probably in the next couple of weeks. But the order's placed. They did a lot of pre-order. I'll get it. But that's because demand was there. They didn't realize how big it was, though. And that's an old game. But that's still now, that's a double-A company. Gung Ho Games is not a triple-A company. They're a double-A company doing small work. They're going to make good money on this stuff. They have to make more. People want it. People are not clamoring for Assassin's Creed Shadows. People are not clamoring for the next clone of whatever crap game that failed already. So this is the industry is not healthy at the upper levels, but it's healthy in the mid game, the mid-range game with the smaller companies. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. What's going to happen in the next few years is we're going to watch the collapse of what was the old AAA, and the current AA's are going to become the new AAA. And it's going to be
wonderful.
And it's going to be held up and promoted and supported by people who make these games, who are actual gamers, who want a good experience, and by those of us who just want good gaming again. That's what I predict. It's going to take a couple years, but it's going to happen.
And we always run the risk of business people that destroyed the AAA studios getting involved in the AA studios. But yeah, when it comes to the AAA studios and the consoles, Nintendo's the only one that's really doing well, and they're doing insanely well. I am disappointed in the general gaming public for how much they're slopping up what Nintendo gives them. And this doesn't seem to be changing their mind. The whole, we're going to brick your Switch if we don't like you. That should change people's minds. But it's only really being talked about by people who are already thinking negative things about Nintendo.
Or we're being objective like us. Like, we're looking at the grand picture.
Yeah. I'm not buying a Switch 2 with my own money. At this point, I've made that decision. If I'm going to be given a Switch 2, sure. But there's not enough there for me. One game at launch, and then maybe someday other games I might be interested in. Once there's a Zelda game, that would be the time that I make that decision. But at this point, it's too expensive to be worth so little to me.
I bought my Switch 2 years ago, right around the time I got sick with the coof. And I bought Tears of the King. I bought Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, with the knowledge there were at least 3 or 4 other games that finally were on the Switch that I would want. I haven't bought them all yet, but I bought it with that intention to buy some games. I bought a game when I came to see you. Because I got sick, I never got to play it because I couldn't do it in there. I just wasn't up to playing a video game while lying in bed. I still haven't touched it. I will go back to it eventually, but I have other games I'm more excited with. I mean, I bought that game to play on the road. That's what I bought that game for, and I'm not on the road. And even though I prefer to play my Switch when it's docked, that's what it was currently there for, to play Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, which people need to remember. It has nothing to do with Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2. It's completely separate from those games. It is not a series. It's a series in name only. You could play Chronicles X without playing 1 and 2, who are their own games. Point is, I want to play it, but I'll have to get back to it because I'm more excited to play Expedition 33 this week. I'm more excited to get my hands on Lunar Remaster Collection. I'm more excited to be playing co-op games with the boys. I'm more excited to maybe play an older game if I have the need for it. Or sometimes you, the chat, will get to choose a game I want to play, an old game, a fun game, stuff like that. Hell, I'm thinking about going back to Slow Tour right now just because I have that itch. Every couple of years, I get the itch, and I got to get it scratched. Point is, I have other things, and there's very little desire to play anything top tier new. I mean, I can't think of an upcoming AAA game that I give a shit about right now. I mean, there's a couple of mid-level games, like there's another mech game. Anything I care about is AA. and I'll get and hopefully I'll get a physical copy for it. So that's the state of the industry, and I think they have a long way to go to fix the upper tier, and the upper tier will only be fixed when it collapses and a new generation, a new regime takes over. And I'll be happy to say goodbye to the AAA companies that have been reigning for the past 20 years. I'll be happy. You're not what you once were. You're not making games for gamers anymore. All right, let's get into one more topic. We'll save the Doctor Who for tomorrow afternoon. We'll save that one for there. It's more appropriate anyway. Let's talk Andor. Only because I need to make a final statement on this, and at the same time, I want both chat and you, Jen, and Dragonly. I want to know if I was wrong to do this. Essentially, I want to know if I was wrong to
Yes.
say what I said. Shut up. Shut up. You know what
You asked.
I know you're lying because you know exactly where I'm going with this. We've already talked about it, or at least I've told you what I'm doing. All right, so Andor came out. We are almost done with it. The finale is next week. This week, they had the big episodes 8 and 9, where in episode 8, Mon Mothma came out and basically gave a speech about genocide, referring to the old historical Gorman massacre, which actually Tarkin did and all kind of stuff. It's a whole other thing there. Point is, immediately that night, every brain-dead, drooling, window-licking, dog-shit-eating Stan came out and said, "Oh my God, it's speaking to my politics. Oh my God," and I have I haven't shown all of them. I only have a couple up here because I don't want to spend all day looking at them. Again, people make it political right here. Here you go. The distance between what is said and what is known as true is becoming the abyss. Say it louder to the orange guy in the back, and then right here, forgot to add an and in there, and then look, Minecraft yourself. Try to Minecraft yourself. These people are not sane over here. Andor spoilers. Imagine being a Zionist watching this show. Okay. They make it that. This one, make no mistake, this shit is real. Right now, just today, Israel announced the complete elimination of Gaza. Open your eyes to what this show represents. Real-life genocide. If we don't engage with that, then there's no purpose. So let the aid in free Palestine. Genuinely hope that everyone watching the Gorman genocide in Andor remembers Palestine at the same time, because the way our governments are acting is exactly how the Empire is acting in the show. Everything. Tons of these. Go ahead.
I don't think they know about the geopolitical conversations that created Palestine and Israel's divide a century ago.
Yeah.
And I don't think they know what their dynamic is currently, because the Empire and the Rebellion is not an accurate comparison.
Yeah.
Whatever your politics are. And some people were also including the Indian-Pakistan thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an apt description either.
And listen, I am no fan of Tony Gilroy. I think he takes every opportunity to inject or gaslight a political discussion. But he did this before Trump was elected. He did this when all that shit was first happening, when this was written and made. And he didn't write about it. He even came out in a Hollywood Reporter interview and said, I wrote this stuff to represent genocide throughout history. Which says to me, he did it on purpose to gaslight the exact people he knew this would appeal to. He didn't do it for that reason, for the reason of Israel-Palestine, but he did it to ignite the ideology-driven people. And my whole point of the video I made earlier this week was that this stuff is made to legitimize low IQ, agenda-driven people. That's why it was made. On top of that, I think Andor is ship, and that's a personal opinion I will hold. I don't care how good you think this story is. You can't take a whole season and then 7 episodes to get just 2 decent episodes, what you would call decent. But everybody else says that is terrible. Now, because of this, when I put on my video, I thought it would go one way. It went the exact opposite way. I have been, and I'll say this because I'm not a coward. I'm not going to hide it, even though YouTube doesn't show it. I have been ratioed into oblivion by stans. They have ratioed this video literally to 14% on my channel. Because I am a small channel. I was a little higher a few days ago, but YouTube's been doing their YouTube thing. But I am a small channel. I do not get a lot of traction. And not everybody that's subscribed to my channel will always watch my videos, which means if a train of stands come in there and they're hot on the collar, which they were for this, because Jed, you saw some of the comments, right? You read some of the comments?
I went through a couple of them. Yeah, they're very entertaining.
They once they get their blood in the water for this thing, they go through their little online rooms and they send each other there, and they'll all come in there and shit on it. And I heard a week of, and this is just a couple of the best ones, some that are applied to, some are read. I am now anti-American for this belief, for my take on this. Mind you, they all watch literally 2 to 3 minutes of a 17-minute video and start calling me anti-American. Apparently, I'm so unself-aware of the things I'm saying about talking about people who are so engrossed in their fictional world. Apparently, I'm the one who's unself-aware. I need to understand that Andor is art.
Oh,
Andor is art, and all art is political in nature. Okay? All art is political in nature.
That's fundamentally not true.
Yeah.
You can't have politics in art. You can't have commentary in art. Absolutely. That is a staple of the field. But no, it's not inherently a part of art. That's asinine. It's asinine. That's like saying your little 3-year-old draws a little picture of a flower and comes up to you and is like, hey, I draw a flower, Daddy. And you're like, oh, this is absolutely representative of the Holocaust. Oh, you're very smart and intellectual, my little 3-year-old. No, art can just be art. It can just be a fucking flower. This goes back to the whole pseudo-intellectual English teachers that raised these morons to say, oh, Shakespeare said there's a red door. That's actually representative of the blood that was spilled. No, it's just a fucking red door.
Yeah. And so you've seen this. I've been called fascist many times. This is actually the first time I've ever been called fascist. And all the attacks I've suffered over the past 4 years for videos, this was the first week I've been called fascist over and over again. I've been said, oh, you unironically have joined the empire, you fascist. So, and also because politics is art, I mean, that one came up many times. You have to understand that times change and perspectives change. Just because when you were young and something wasn't viewed that way, now it's viewed that way. Once again, the idea that something is living and will change because people's values change. All the horseshit, and it's literally 98 comments. Well, probably sort of maybe 75, 80 comments. There are a few people in there who have cognitive dissonance and say, well, these episodes were good. Maybe rest of Disney Star Wars is shit, but these were good. No, you don't get that. It's all shit. Disney Star Wars is crap. All roads lead to Jake Skywalker. You can like it, but acknowledge you can't keep it as Star Wars. Point is, all this stuff, Jed, my point of my video was these people need politics in everything they consume. Agenda entertainment. And agenda entertainment is destroying escapist entertainment. Their comments, 4 days of calling me all this stuff, saying that I need to shut up, I don't need to talk about it. Didn't they kind of just prove my point?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they proved my point. Now, I will say I shouldn't have made the video in the first place. Just because it's been nothing but in what was a great week otherwise, it has been nothing but an annoying gnat in my ear that I just wanted to shut up and go away because you're just pathetic and stupid and proving my point. But I should have taken my own advice weeks ago and said, I'm not going to touch Andor because there would be no real benefit. And there hasn't, because all it did was just annoy me this week. I'm not raging. I'm not angry. I'm just annoyed because in all reality, being a small channel, being this, I'm not going to call on all my friends to rush to my aid in comments and fight trench warfare against stands with me. I'm not going to do that. But I do not have a big enough following like the bigger channels where when the stands come in and fight, that they will willingly leap in there and engage and push back. I don't have that. So when I watch this happen, what gets annoying is that, geez, I have to sit here and take it from these idiots because it's just the way, it's the life of a small creator right now. So that was the most annoying part. It's like I have to sit here and listen to them yell at me, and I'm so annoyed and bored with this because it's the same shit over and over again. You don't like it to watch it. Jed, I can't count the times this week I was called a rage grifter, a rage baiter.
If you were, you would have done the whole season.
Yes, excellent point. If I just wanted to get rage clicks of me yelling about Andor, I would have reviewed every episode. But I didn't. Because I hate that term. You just do this for rage clicks. No, I actually give a damn about things, unlike the people who reply to me who only care about this shit because of politics.
You've had so many examples to be a rage baiter, like Wheel of Time Season 3. That would have been something you did as well.
I checked out. I've made a couple Wheel of Time videos, but it's talking about ratings, and they got angry at that one too. They didn't like that.
No, of course.
And now I'm just waiting for the season for the series cancellation.
It's so ironic that they're calling you a rage baiter when they're going out specifically finding videos that disagree with their opinion to rage in the comments and scream their heads off. And everything they do is ironic. They're like, "Oh, you don't agree with what we think? You're anti-American and you're fascist." You're saying that I have a different opinion of you makes me a bad person and I should fall in line. That's actually the definition of fascism. Yeah. And so, every single time these crazy people accuse you of something, they're probably doing it themselves. They're the ones who are trying to make you agree with them. They're the ones rage baiting. They're looking for rage to go, or looking for a disagreeing opinion and then raging in the comments. It's what we see every time.
Marxism.
Hypocritical behavior.
It's commie Marxism tactic of reality inversion is what it is. I'm going to accuse you of what I'm doing. It's classic commie Marxism. But here's the reality of Andor, okay? First episodes, the 3-batch episode, all we have is Samba right now. Came in at number 10 for the premiere week. Jed, 3-episode drop, and it only came in at 10 on Samba.
That's not great. Samba doesn't do minutes watched though, so
no, they just calculate watch through TV and
right. So this wouldn't be a Nielsen's thing where like the previous episodes and multiple episodes can make a big difference.
This is just season 2. The first 3 episodes, the batch drop. This isn't good, if you ask me. And they gave the numbers on this one only over 6 days. We talked about it last time. Only 1.2 million people, according to Samba, over 6 days watched the premiere of Andor season 1.
That's abysmally bad. I mean, it's better than some of the Disney Star Wars stuff.
Skeleton Crew. It's better than
Skeleton Crew, but that's not a great metric. I mean, just compared to the other stuff that was on. Have you ever heard of I Hostage or Your Friends and Neighbors?
The only show on here I know 3 things in here. I know Conclave exists, and the only reason Conclave gets a boost because the Pope died.
That's artificial.
That was artificial, and everybody was watching it during the Pope election. Okay. Second, Handmaid's Tale. We know what Handmaid's Tale is. That's misery porn for feminists. Misery porn for feminists. And I know of Black Mirror. That's it. I know of it. I never watched it. Don't anything. I know of it. The rest of this shit that's on the top 5, I don't know that stuff. I don't know those things. We know Last of Us, but that's already losing ground rapidly since a Joel in 1. That's rapidly losing ground from what I hear. So what do you think they got for the second week? Remember the controversy over the first 3 episodes with the grape, no grape scene. Remember that big controversy. Normally, Jed, would controversy generate people going to watch oh my God, I wonder what's going to happen next. That kind of happens sometimes, doesn't it?
Sometimes. It depends on the controversy. Yeah. For Disney Star Wars, though, I doubt it had any sort of impact.
All right, so Samba, what do you think happened with Samba week 2 of Andor?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it wasn't in the top 10.
No, it is.
Okay.
It's exactly where it was.
Okay.
At 10. It didn't move. So that got no traction whatsoever. And I think it might, I don't know if, because that second batch of episodes went completely under the radar. Nobody talked about it that entire week. So it didn't generate buzz. This week has generated buzz. A lot of talk. Even people who I thought had some sense are slobbering all over this shit show.
I'm just fundamentally will not get behind someone who says, the first season was okay, and it was a slog of season 2 until episode 8, which was fucking incredible. Look, I'm not going to slog through a show for one good episode.
In episode 8, we had recast Jimmy Smits they recast Jimmy Smits with what's his name? Shit, I just forgot his name. All right, what the Bail Organa recast? I don't care about that. I don't care. There was a scheduling conflict. Jimmy Smith's going to be in it, so they got Benjamin Bratt. There's a Benjamin Bratt. I like Benjamin Bratt. He's a good actor, so I don't care about that. What I do care, here's the great writing of Tony Gilroy. After the shit's going down, Bail Organa says, I want you to tear this shit up. Isn't that just great writing?
That's phenomenal writing. I
And-
definitely want to hear shitty profanity writing in Star Wars. It's the franchise that, definitely needs it.
And after the Mon Mothma speech about genocide, people are saying, there are multiple things. Oh, we need an Emmy campaign for all these actors in Andor. They all need to be getting Emmys for this, for these episodes. And they think this is great writing when it's just meant to shock value and gin up your politics, honestly. And people
It's just like the grape scene.
Yes.
We focused on the writing. We're like, he tried to grape me. Yeah, that's shitty writing and doesn't really speak of, like, you've never talked to someone who's been in a situation like that if you think right afterwards a woman would say that.
So everybody's thinking these are the two greatest episodes. They have gone so far to say this is the greatest thing in 40 years for Star Wars. It's better than everything since the original trilogy, which means they never read a goddamn thing, never watched a goddamn thing, never played a video game. Dude, the stories of Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2 are better than Andor. You could do cutscenes of every single story and moment from those games better. The storylines in Star Wars The Old Republic are better than Andor Season 2. But that shows you these fake fans and stands. Everybody's saying this, that it's better than Empire Strikes Back. It's better than Return of the Jedi. It's best thing ever. They are fake fans and stands. And they don't know anything. So next week, for the finale, this week, I think for the third batch to drop this week, it'll probably be about the same. For the next one, it might go up a little bit because of what happened this week, and it might gin up interest for the finale. But this is the reality. It's nothing. Nobody watches it. Nobody cares. You can pretend it's good. You can enjoy it, but try and understand one thing. If you like it for a representation of what some will say a decent writing in the 8 and 9, an actual coherent arc for the 3 episodes, 7, 8, 9, good, say that. But then have the balls to say it isn't Star Wars. I've heard a couple good takes out there that it isn't Star Wars because there literally is no elements of Star Wars in this. You could take out every reference. As I always say, other people are starting to say this now. Jed, you can confirm. I've been saying this for 2 years. Take out every reference of Star Wars and Andor, and it still works.
And some people agree with you, but say that's what makes it good.
That isn't what makes it good. That's what makes it a regular show. That's not what makes it Star Wars. And people just want to see spy thrillers then. That's all they want to see. They don't want to see Star Wars. So in the end, say it's good, but say why it's good. Don't say it's good Star Wars. Say it's a good representation of a spy thriller. And I don't want to hear from fake fan stands that it's the greatest Star Wars has ever been. Reveal yourself There are memes out there who somebody puts up posters of Andor Season 1, Andor Season 2, and Rogue One, and then the original trilogy and say, this is my Star Wars. I am done until, I guess, Ahsoka Season 2. Because this is it for Star Wars this year. After Andor Season 2, there's no Disney Star Wars. There's no more Disney Star Wars the rest of the year. Nothing till Ahsoka Season 2 is about to go into production, and Mandalorian Grogu is not dropping until my week of doom next year. So they got nothing. High Republic's done. It's over. I think the last book is coming out. It's it. The comics. Nobody's reading the comics. There's no real video games announced. Every video game that came out this year is trash. Remember, what's it called with Cade Vest? Outlaws. Done. They have a DLC coming out that nobody cares about. They shut down that shitty what's it called? What's that the hero looter shooter game that everybody does like?
That's Star Wars related?
No, the other one. The one that Star Wars Marvel
Rivals?
No, not was Rivals, and then there's the regular one that predated everything. Something Watch first. What's it called? I don't remember.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The chat does. They'll help me eventually when we get by the delay. Overwatch. There it is. Overwatch. I got it before they got in there. Overwatch.
Overwatch.
They made
isn't
an Overwatch
connected.
phone. No. I'm saying they made an Overwatch clone.
Okay. I thought you were trying to say it was a Disney product. No. That's why I couldn't figure it out.
I got bogged down in trying to make the comparison. They made their Overwatch clone a year ago, and it flopped. I did a video on it. I did video 2 years ago saying it was going to flop, and here it is. It did flop. It was a failure. They have no video game industry. Nobody is really excited for the third Jedi Survivor game, Jedi whatever game, you know? No one really is excited for that. Everybody will buy it for a hot minute and then forget about it. True? True.
Absolutely.
Even Star Wars The Old Republic doesn't have Steam anymore, and I love that game, but it doesn't have Steam. It has 2 mega servers. It doesn't get a lot of activity, but it is holding on because you know what? EA doesn't own anymore, so they're kind of safe from EA canceling it. But but there is no excitement. So they got nothing. They got nothing the rest of the year. Nothing intentional. Nothing interesting to hold on to. So when this is done, watch them all cry. And also, I know Jed, you saw I talked about this earlier in the week. All this Disney stands are circle firing each other now. They're all fighting with each other. Oh my God, Andor is so great. Ahsoka and Rebels sucks. It all sucks. And the Rebels and the Ahsoka fans are saying, how dare you say that? Why can't we all just exist together? No, it sucks. You're all child. It's ridiculous. They think
I always enjoy infighting.
They think they're Star Wars fans infighting. Oh, we're just nerds fighting. No, they're fighting about stuff from 2012 to now. None of them are talking about anything real Star Wars in their arguments. That's how you know it's Disney stands. Not a single thing is mentioned that George Lucas made or had influence over. So in the end, I don't think I was wrong in what I said, but I was dumb for sticking my foot in this chum infested, this piranha infested waters. I was dumb for getting involved in this, but I'm going to be right in the end. This thing's going to end. Oh, that's not the right button. This is going to end and no one's going to care. Andor's going to be
like season 1.
Andor's going to be a footnote because they claim it's the greatest thing ever happened, but nobody watched it, which is why they shrank it from 5 seasons to 2. Because the people who are going crazy over it are small. And even the people in our sphere who are saying it was great, I completely disagree with them. And I can say that knowing that I will still watch their content and agree with them on most other things. In my opinion, they are wrong. They are dead wrong. And I'm saying that with the belief that they're not taking into account everything else that is real Star Wars. They're not really making an informed decision. They're doing it from a critique perspective of, and I'll say this, and I say this all sincerity, Andor, one positive, production value through the roof. They spent that $650 million.
Yeah. They didn't use the volume, which is definitely something to praise them for. Yeah.
They spent that $650 million. It looks great. It sounds great, but that isn't enough to make it great. But I will say that it looks great. That's fine. But the rest of it's dog shit. There's still agenda all through it. And 2 episodes doesn't save it. And from what I hear rumor-wise, if you liked the 8, 9, 10 through 12 is going to make you cry in terms of, oh my God, it's bad. The stands are going to love it because they're idiots. Okay? And people, I just got blocked before a show. They think, oh my God, I can't believe all of this now tells what a great story and shows what went into Rogue One and what Cassian went through and what Jyn Erso's going through. And I just said, Stan's crying over Disney retconning their own trash 10 years later. It's a retcon. Andor is a retcon of Rogue One. It's a retcon.
Which I'm okay with because that movie wasn't great. Yeah,
it's not great either. Nobody remembers it except nobody.
It is the best Disney Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
but that doesn't make it good.
And I have to lift my foot a centimeter off the ground to step over that bar. That's how much I have to step. That's how much big of a step I need to take. I just asked a question. I don't think I was wrong. Do you think I was wrong in anything I said?
No, I don't think you said anything wrong. Yeah. I question the wisdom of wading into the discussion in a video like you did, but your takes were 100% something that I can agree with. I'm not a diehard Star Wars fan. I'm not even with real George Lucas Star Wars, it's never been a high priority for me, a high franchise
it's not
for
your
me.
Thing. Yeah, I know.
It's not my thing, but I still understand where you're coming from and agree with you that nothing out of Andor is remotely enticing me to try and watch it.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I was dumb and stupid for making that video. I should not have made it. I should have stuck to my original belief, stay away from Andor, talk about the ratings. I could have just done the ratings and that would have been fine. But no, I had to try and get a nice big highfalutin idea and think I could make a serious critique about people being overly political and wanting political agenda driven into everything. And I thought I could get away with it, and I couldn't. Not at least at the level of my channel is right now. So, all right. I think we're done. I said we're going to save the Doctor Who stuff for tomorrow night on Doctor Who Cares Reviews. And since we didn't get anything today, we remain at 976, but I'm sure that's going to change as the week goes on. I have a feeling the fanfic's going to happen. With the way Daily Dive is going, I think the fanfic's going to happen. And I think if I know some things eventually, I think at least the lightsabers will happen too. The shitty lightsaber. That's considering I know the impetus of it, I have a feeling it's going to happen before the month is over, because we have until the end of the month anyway. So all right, so we are done. We're over. Jed, what you got for the week?
Well, everyone can find me on YouTube and Kick at Hollywood Scholar. The only thing that I have going on this week is Doctor Who Cares Reviews and Saturday Night Drive-In, which Adam will talk about more. I will be going to Epic Universe this Thursday, so probably on Roundtable I'll discuss briefly what my experience was like. I've heard good things. I've heard bad things. I actually know someone who went this last week and had a terrible experience.
Really?
So I don't know what to expect at this point, but we'll see.
I'm interested I really do want to know what your thoughts are when we get there, because we know that Dre is hot to go there once it's open. He's hot to go there. He's excited for that. Dragon Lady, what's your week look like?
Well, I will be my usual simming, and I also have in my review for Dragon Ball Evolution. You can read that. Other than that, that's about it, really.
All right. As for me, as usual, every Sunday night I go over to Duke Devil, Bradley Burnett's channel, where we record an episode of watching Deep Space Nine. We're almost done with season 1. We're almost done. We're still a year away from a season away from the good stuff, but we're getting there. You can catch his edited version every Wednesday on his channel, Duke Devil. As for everything else, tomorrow, every day at 1 p.m. Eastern, you can catch me on the Daily Dive, the Double Ds, where you, the fans, you, the chat, you, the audience, run that show. Basically, I get one little segment to myself, maybe a monologue, maybe a rant if I am angry enough, like I was one time this week. But other than that, you guys direct traffic, and we already have videos locked down for tomorrow, but that doesn't mean you can't make me watch or read more. So join me every day, 1 p.m. Eastern, for the Daily Dive, where it's you who are in control. As for the rest of the week, as I said, my copy of Expedition 33 will be arriving next couple of days, so catch gaming streams of that. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, on my channel, Jed's channel, Dermy's channel, you can watch us do Doctor Who Cares Reviews, where we have a couple of articles that we're going to go over in addition. Some of it from last week, some of it from this week. It's going to be fun. Let me see if Dermy's got this yet. Hang on, let me see if he's awake yet, because Dermy just did a 12-hour stream, so he might not be up yet. Let me see. No, he has not gotten it yet. When he does, I predict he's gonna enjoy this episode so much. Jed, I want to see the overnights. Show me the overnights real quick. You got the overnights?
Oh, you want to do the overnights? Yeah.
I want to see them. I want to know them. I want to know them now.
All right. So where do you think they're going to be? You think better or worse than last week?
All right. So last week was around 1,500. It was 1,500 last week, right?
Yep. 1.5, the lowest of all time.
I think I said last week 1.3. I believe my prediction was 1.3. That was my prediction.
That it went in the other direction to safely become the third lowest rated episode of all time.
Oh, so it only went up.
It went up 90,000.
It's still terrible. I think after this week, we know Eurovision is going to be a disaster next week.
Yeah, I think next week's going to be the lowest of all time. At this point, I don't know if it's going to dip below 1 this season.
I'm still holding
on to that. The next week is the one that'll do it. I think, at least 1.3 next week, because, it's competing with Eurovision and with some big soccer game that if the game goes into overtime, the Doctor Who is screwed. It's screwed because it's coming out right afterwards.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that tomorrow night, more 9 p.m. Eastern. Doctor Who Cares Reviews, where we're almost done. Dad, we're almost finished.
We're so close.
We're so close because there's no Christmas special this year.
and hopefully no season 3 announcement.
Oh, that's a video I'd love to make. Anyway, let's see. Rest of the week too. Friday, Ball Busters. We've got the melees on Ball Busters. You guys always know that when the melees come on Ball Busters, that's a lot of insanity, a lot of youngsters. We barely cover the topics. It's just wherever the insanity takes us. And then next Saturday, aside from Shooty Who Season 2, Episode 6 review on my part, Jed, what we got on Drive-In next week?
Well, for Drive-In to celebrate the coming release of the end of the franchise, we are going to be watching the start of the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible films with the very first 1996 film.
Some people say the best.
It's my favorite one. Is the first one. I love all of them.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Yeah, so we're doing Mission Impossible 1 next week on Drive-In, 6 p.m. Eastern, unless something forces the channel change. I don't think there'll be any Dermy horror game marathons, because next Saturday, after we're done with Drive-In, it's once again that time of the month, Ballbusters Gaming Among Us. You can watch my perspective among others as we do sketchy shit and do horrible and say horrible things to each other during that game. Some of the things we say to each other, Jed was there for the last one. We say horrible things to each other. It's terrible. It's truly, you might want to think about your life when you're done with that. Things we say to each other. So join us for that. Probably around 8:30 Eastern. It depends if Dermy's doing any lolcow shit before that. And then let's see. Sunday, we will be right back here. Mel Mondays, Mel Mondays, guys. Mel Mondays is still happening. Almost forgot that. Mel Mondays, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, after Who Cares Reviews. And then we'll be right back here next week for another round table where who knows what's going to happen. The internet always seems to provide. I'm sure Andor will do something else we'll have to at least reference in retardation. I mean, I won't make a video on it, but we can at least talk about it. I'm sure the box office will reveal more horrible things. Oh, we did mention the Snow White. We never looked at it because we got caught up in other shit. Snow White came out again, and it did shit.
Do you know the numbers?
Yes, I do have them. I still have them. You want to look at them real quick? I can
just
show
real
it.
quick. I heard some numbers, and they're so bad. I don't know if they can be true.
I have it. I did have it. We got so into the MCU that I forgot that to bring it back up. It was on the Saturday.
I heard they made $50 per theater.
310.
Okay. It was right. $200,000.
It made nothing.
Ouch.
It made nothing. It made nothing.
It was out of theaters for like a week. What did they think was gonna happen?
I know. So yeah, there it is. I'm sorry. I did. That was my
that's
fault.
so bad.
I had it up there. I knew there was a reason I didn't delete that entire tab. Anyway. But yeah. So there you go. Thank you everybody for joining us today. Remember to hit those like buttons, subscribe to the channels. Everybody's links are in the description below, and we will catch you guys next week. Until then, take it, everybody. Have a good night or day wherever you may be.